Nevada Union High School. Football is back. Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 12th season of high school sports television, is proud to present Nevada Union Minor Football. Tonight, in their second home game of the 2008 season, your undefeated new Nevada Union Miners take on tonight's non-league opponent, the Cesar Chavez Titans. It's the first ever meeting with the Titans and an opportunity for the Miners to tune up for the DVL season. And it's coming up next, right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Well, Nevada Union Miners back home here tonight at Hooper Stadium as they attempt to remain undefeated in the preseason with a game against the Chavez Titans. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our Foothill network of stations. This is Jim Adams, joined tonight by Paul Brown. Our director and commander, too, is Gil Dominguez. And, of course, the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team is on hand for our second telecast of the year from Nevada Union. Paul, last week you and Marty saw a great game. The Miners, the Rockland Thunder, a come-from-behind fourth-quarter victory that had the Miner faithful on the edge of their seats again.
No, you're right there, Jim. And, you know, when you buy a ticket, they sell you the whole seat, but the crowd was definitely only using the edge of that seat as the Thunder marched down the field with only 4 minutes left to play, attempting to tie the score and possibly win the game on their first ever meeting with the Niners with 2-point conversions. That's the Miners. But their plan was cut short when junior Chris Beer-Temple stepped in front of the Garth Kiefer pass on the goal line for the interception, preserving the win for Nevada Union.
And that was after the Miners had clawed their way back from a 21-7 deficit in the second quarter to tie the score at 21 at the half. The Miners have overcome really adversity 2 weeks in a row, coming from behind to seal not only the victory against Ponderosa, but also the victory last week against Rockland. They come in tonight undefeated, having another good week of practice, and look to fine-tune their offense and defense in preparation for the upcoming league season.
And again, in this game, the Miners will face a brand-new opponent, allowing the defense to see some new offensive schemes and to make those defensive adjustments that are so crucial to winning throughout the season.
So, as we take our first pause for the evening, we'll return and we'll take a look at those Delta Valley League standings. We'll review the Titans lineup. We'll take a look at the Miners. Getting ready for tonight's kickoff after we remind you that this special football edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by
Hanson Brothers Enterprises. At Hanson Brothers Enterprises and HPE Rentals, their goals are simple. Provide rock and sand products, ready-mix concrete, construction services, and rental equipment to their customers while providing safe, stable jobs for their employees. Hanson Brothers Enterprises will continue to be a contributor to this community, and that's always at Hanson Brothers Enterprises, part of the fabric of Nevada County.
Hills Flat Lumber Company, the Pardini family, has created a new state-of-the-art facility in Grass Valley on Railroad Avenue, just across the freeway, the original Hills Flat. October is Home Improvement Month at HFL, and a great time to paint the walls, install flooring, or put in new fixtures before the busy holiday season. The Pardini family appreciates the community's support and welcomes you to their new location. It's the Hills Flat Lumber Company, your local home since 1921, with 2 locations to serve you.
And by our friends at Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Mike Bratton knows a winning team when he sees one, and that's why he supports Nevada County football and the Nevada Union Miners. Mike has assembled a team of professionals in the insurance industry. So whether you work with Robin, Amy, Bobby, Kathy, Jim, Sarah, Karen, Nicole, or Jennifer, you know you'll be working with your friends and neighbors who care about your family and your insurance needs. They'll also work very hard to exceed your expectations. That's Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance.
Soft Answers, Dallas Wivholm is your local computer specialist in computer software management, design, and consultation. That's why Dallas and Soft Answers are your computer's best friend. Dallas is ready to take on all those hard-to-solve computer problems that come up and when you design your system. So make your computer and computer system your friend again with the help of Dallas With Home and Soft Answers, a proud supporter of Nevada Union Sports. And, of course, Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams with you tonight. My sidekick is Paul Brown, and we're here saying thank you for being with us tonight, and be sure to tune in next time as Gil Dominguez and Rick Caravelli present Colfax Lady Falcon Volleyball as they host the Bear River Lady Bruins in their PVL opener. The Lady Falcons return 7 seniors this year, and Coach Vicki Satterley is looking for the Falcons to go deep into the playoffs, so you won't want to miss a single game. It's the first PVL match for the Lady Falcons and the Lady Bruins, and another great sports telecast by Touchdown Productions, voted one of the best by the Union Readers for 2007. So, Paul, we have kind of 2 corners to look at tonight, and before we review tonight's game, let's take a little bit of a look here at the standings. Where does Nevada Union fit in at this point in time? In fact, we're going to start with PVL here. Bear River, you've had a chance to see them. 2-0, off to a good start there. Matched by Whitney Placer at 1-1. Mesa Verde, Colfax also at 1-1, and then Lincoln and El Dorado rounding out the bottom there. Looks like Bear River's going to have a good season, Paul.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that strong Whitney team also, Jim. And then here's the Delta Valley League standings in the football. Nevada Union, of course, overall now is 2-0, followed by Elk Grove and Laguna Creek. And then Valley Franklin and Davis all are winless for the season so far. Of course, there's been no league games. We're looking forward to seeing those in the up-and-coming weeks.
Feast or famine. You're either 2-0 or 0-2 early on here in Delta Valley League.
You know, we're looking at the league stats, Jim. We brought them off of the Max Prep website, and it looks like the Elk Grove team really dominates many of the offensive statistics, having the leader in rushing and the leader in receiving and the leader in scoring, followed by the Nevada Union team, where we have Brian Jantz being number 4 in quarterback in total offense and passing. So we're going to see some good offense tonight. I think Dave Humphers was pleased with his team last week, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that they had a good week. We're going to break down Nevada Union. We're also going to take a look at this very good Chavez team, not to be underestimated tonight, and we're going to get to that after a moment when as we pause to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by
Seifert Physical Therapy. John Seifert knows the human body and has devoted his entire professional life to learn how to make you whole again. As a clinical expert in manual therapy, John brings decades of experience to every case, whether it's orthopedics, sports injuries, or rehabilitation after an accident or surgery. The staff at Seifert's Physical Therapy is there to serve you and help you feel better again. Seifert Physical Therapy, proud to donate their time as one of the sports trainers of the Bear River Bruin football program.
Pioneer Motors, the pioneering spirit lives on at Pioneer Motors, voted Nevada County's best for the past 7 years. It's an award they take very seriously at Pioneer Motors. Each and every car is Carfax certified with a complete 126-point safety inspection and then detailed before it is placed on the lot for you to inspect. Their selection includes both cars and trucks at the Grass Valley facility, and their customer service is what they're noted for. That's why they are there to serve you every day at Pioneer Motors.
And by All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning, the summer is upon us. And you know those long, hot days where we just wait for the sun to go down just so we can be comfortable. That's why buying a cooling system is one of the most important purchases you will make as a homeowner. And it's to be energy efficient and cool the whole house as well. That's why All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning installs and services the Train Comfort System. And All Phase is Nevada County's only certified Train Comfort Specialist. Doreen and Max Bennett remind you to keep your cool this summer and look forward to your visit at All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning.
Dave's Shoes, after 46 years of serving you in Grass Valley, Dave's Shoes is closing its doors forever. Their going out of business event is going on now till it's over, and will be your final opportunity to take advantage of their large selection of women's, men's, and children's shoes. Owner Bonnie Slankstrom wants to thank you personally for 12 years of support and has requested that you ask for her personally when you visit Dave's Shoes going out of business event, where they are proud to have served you. And Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. This is Jim Adams, the voice of Nevada Union minor football, and Paul Brown saying thanks for voting us one of Nevada County's best for 2007 by readers of the Union newspaper. And don't forget our new photo website at www.touchdownproductions.ifp3.com. There you'll find the latest pictures from all of our Game of the Week telecasts for you to view. It's the new source of action sports photos of your team at touchdownproductions.ifp3.com. So, there's two trains of thought, Paul, as we go into this contest tonight. On the one hand, probably many of you saw the Union article this morning that said that the Miners would have an easy go of it tonight, that Dave Humphers is just fooling us, and that the Miners are going to be able to prevail easily. And then there's Dave Humphers. Dave, who recites stat after stat after stat to get his players and you to believe that tonight's game is going to be another part of a very difficult Miners schedule in this 2008 campaign.
And I think Coach Humphers is probably closer to being right, Jim. If any, we saw a very, very competitive junior varsity game just prior to this one. And we saw a physical team in the Chavez team. We saw them air the football out with two excellent wide receivers. I'm looking forward to a very close contest tonight. And I think it will be interesting on both sides of the ball.
Let's take a look first at the Titans. The Titans of Cesar Chavez High School. Chavez High School is in Stockton, right off of 99 and Hammer. Last year they had a 7-3 finish, and this year they had 16 players from last year's team return, 16 starters. And tonight they're a little bit cagey in some of the things that they do. They do not submit any stats that you can review, but let's talk about three real quality impact players. First off, their quarterback is number 4, Andrew Quintal. Quintal is a very strong-armed quarterback. You're going to be able to see him be a scrambler that will specialize in the run, but one of the earmarks of his repertoire is being able to throw that ball about 70 yards. He's going to be complemented by a running back who has caused a lot of problems for the opposition, DeMaria Nelson. He's number 2. Had a good week last week, Paul.
That's what I understand, Jim. We were looking at the stats earlier. We don't have many, but he had 112 yards on 11 carries last week, and that certainly is a very strong average for any running back for any given week.
And if that isn't enough, their receiver is Terrence McDonald. And last week, three of their four touchdowns that were scored by the air were scored by McDonald's. Here's our coin toss.
Okay, gentlemen, back off a second. On the blue sideline will be Mr. Primes. Okay, working inside with me will be Mr. O'Brien. Okay, Mr. Cruz will be deep. And Miss Reeve will be on the white sideline. Okay, we've got a coin here with a tail and a head. A head and a tail. Call this nice and loud. As a matter of fact, what are you going to call? Tails. He's going to call a tail. Your tail. Tail. If I drop it, we're going to go again. Here we go. You call a tail. Okay, what is it?
Heads.
It is a. You have won the toss. You have the choice in the first half. What's
we
that?
want to defer.
You want to defer.
And your captains for the Miners tonight.
So Zach Vallejo, as the Miners were expected to do, defers in this situation. And so the Miners will take the ball in the second half They will play defense to start the game tonight. And let's talk a little bit about the Miners' game plan for this evening. Chavez is tough to deal with defensively. They will bring a blitz on every play that they have tonight. The only question is exactly where it will come from. So for the Miners, they're going to need very good pass protection. What makes the Miners feel good about tonight's contest? Well, the last 2 weeks they have played against ranked teams, and in both of those games, the good news is that they have prevailed. The bad news is that they played about 3/4 of fairly mediocre football and then looked like a juggernaut, Paul, in the fourth quarter.
And you know, we saw last week, Dave Humphers has got to be happy with his team last week offensively. The first game they had against Ponderosa, they were only able to score 15 total points for the entire game, most of the offense coming on the fourth quarter. And they finally, in just the last closing minutes of that game, were able to close Ponderosa out for the win. Last week, Jim, we watched them come back from a 2-touchdown, 14-point deficit to score 3 touchdowns in the second quarter with an offensive rally that was as good as we've seen the Miners in past years.
And that's one of the things that has kind of worried Dave Humphers, getting behind and having to come back. One of these weeks, it's not going to be as easy. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Miners after we pause to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, OD. Doctors Jerry Chan and Lisa Moon and Stephanie Kirschbaum are ready to serve your complete eye care in Grass Valley. Dr. Kirschbaum joins one of the most progressive optometric offices in the county. That's Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum. And now we're going to pause for our national anthem.
Welcome to the Nevada Union Miners Chorus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose skies and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare among bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow, we're lucky here tonight. We had the singing of the national anthem right in our booth so we could get that live. We
And-
continue now with our mentions of the NorCal Game of the Week being sponsored by
Extremely Green. Saving the planet is everyone's responsibility, but even recycling is just not enough. But it's easy if we just think green at Extremely Green in Grass Valley. There you'll find a treasure chest of earth-friendly gifts and goods. They're located in the side of the big A-frame building on Main Street. Just in at Extremely Green is their new Eco Flame products, which is an earth-friendly sugarcane-based heating and cooking fuel for camping and emergency cooking. It's clean-burning gel and only available at Extremely Green, specializing in products for earth-friendly living.
Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Chuck Cavros knows your trucks. Truck looks better with accessories from Top This. Chuck's ready to talk to you about the latest technologies and promises to deliver truck and auto guard every day with an in-store display featuring thousands of accessories from Weather Guard, DZ, and Racket truck racks. Now that the weather will soon be wet, be sure to see their selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and ski racks. So give your truck some attitude and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, your truck's favorite store.
And by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. B&C carries everything you need for your home or business and is a local supplier for local contractors. Their True Value Easy Care paints spread evenly and come in custom colors. And their garden center is also a very complete nursery with master gardeners on site to offer you advanced care on trees, shrubs, perennials, and houseplants. That's B&C True Value Home and Garden Centers, open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sundays.
And by Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Thanks for joining us tonight, and that's perfect timing. Nevada Union, Connor Maloney to kick off for Nevada Union. Deep is Terrence McDonald. We're going to see a lot from him tonight. And there's a squib kick that's an onside kick, and I think the Miners got it!
Who'd have thought right off the bat the Miners try a play like that? It looks like they're going to come up with the ball in the bottom of the pile, and they do.
So Nevada Union, thinking that they will go defensively, actually will go offensively, and that ball is recovered by number 20, Chris Beertemple. So Beertemple has an impact right off the bat, and so we're going to, instead of seeing the Chavez offense, we're going to see actually the Miners offense. And Paul, let's talk a little bit about this tonight. I think that the Miners are going to have to come with a very different offense. I think an up-tempo game. Watch for them to spread this field out, and I look for them to try to have an impact. And here they are on the shotgun right from the first play. Back to pass, good coverage, and down he goes.
That's Jans looking and looking right, and still looking right and finding nothing. Unable to get rid of the ball, so he'll lose about 7 yards on the play. In the backfield, I believe that was 21, Jason Slade, was unable to pick up the oncoming rush, so first play is a loss for the Miners.
So Brogan Jans, his first play from scrimmage happens to be a pass, and you know, we look for kind of a spread tonight. Here they are back in the wing tee. There's the pitch to the right side. Cameron Ryan breaks through the first one. The second one down the sideline, taken down at the 18.
Jared Ralph on the left side, tight roping the sidelines, finding room, showing some real moves, Jim. That is an impressive run by Ralph.
I thought it was Cameron Ryan at first, but it was Jared Ralph, so a good start for the Miners. Their second play from scrimmage is a first down.
Here's a replay.
And here's,
it's
take
a
look
quick
at
pitch,
that.
and watch him with strength and agility and making a twisting move at the end. Going down hard, too.
So a 1st and 10. Left side, some good yardage. Looks like a gain of about 4 on the play.
That was Ralph again.
So,
Very, very deceptive, Jim. I lost track of that ball myself.
well, and I'll tell you what, this is what we're going to see tonight. We're going to have a little bit of a different Miners offense, I think. There's going to be a lot of deception and a lot of plays where you think it's going one way and actually it's going to go another. I think we're going to see a different offense tonight. That ball goes right on up the middle, and it's a very short gain, if one at all. And it looks like...
was that Espinoza, number 33?
Yeah, Jason Slade on the carry there, number 21, and that's going to bring up a big 3rd down for the Miners, 3rd down and 4.
This is a different backfield than we saw last week. We didn't see much of Jason Slade against Rockland, and he has come out firing so far with 2 carries.
Well, and watch for Cameron Ryan to get in the offense here. Back to pass.
All by himself.
There he is, wide open. Touchdown, Nevada Union. Dan Pettinato.
Pettinato, if he had been more wide open, he'd have been taking classes. There was nobody around him for 10 yards, and he was beautiful drop pass by Jans.
So Miners line up for the extra point. Maloney to kick. And there's a fake. Here it is, Maloney going for the right side and gets cut down short of the goal line.
He had a receiver open there, Jim. Number 3, Ralph, was in the back of the end zone by himself, but he had already committed to the run.
Well, and I think that was what was unique about that play, is that he had an option. He could either run it or he could throw it. But, you know, you take a look at this first series and you have an onside kick to wrestle away the first possession of the game, and then you have a fake on an extra point. So let's take a look at that.
What do we got here on this extra point, Jim?
Oh, here is the pass.
This is
to
the touchdown.
Pettinato.
This is the touchdown. Now watch, he's all by himself, and he's not rushed at all. He has a chance to look to the left and then finds Pettinato in the right-hand corner. Nicely done.
So perfect execution on the first drive for Nevada Union. The only thing lacking was the PAT, the failure there to score the 2-point conversion. And I think we're going to have an exciting game tonight here, Paul.
I'm still wondering about that opening kickoff, Jim. I wonder if that was part of the clever Dave Humphers game plan, giving the ball to the Chavez team and knowing he's going to onside kick and perhaps get it back.
It had to have been because Maloney is a very true and tested and reliable kicker for Nevada Union. And there is a squib kick right down the middle. Ball jumps, takes it at about the 1. Miners coverage breaking in there. Gets away from the first man, and then a swarm of Miners. There is Terrence McDonald returns it for the Titans.
And as you said earlier, we're going to see a lot of McDonald tonight. He dominates some of their running stats, and I think he's one of their bread and butter players in the backfield. We'll soon see.
Well, and here's kind of an interesting thing about tonight's game. The varsity Titans got here very late. They were dressing at halftime of the JV game. They didn't have a lot of time to prepare. And one of the things that Coach Humphers pondered before the game is, let's get on them big in the first 5 minutes and see if we can take the other team, the Titans, out of the game. Well, in the first possession, the Miners get the onside kick. They move down the field efficiently. They get the first 6 points of the game. And with 9:45 to play, we're 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the contest, Paul. Miners up 6-0.
Now, before the play even starts, Jim, take a look at the players, the size of the beef that this Chavez team has. We knew they were large on the offensive line, but they have some very big players. I'm looking forward to seeing how that offensive-defensive line matches up.
Well, let's talk about that for a moment. This is a big team. This is an offense and a defense. This is a team in general that will roughly remind you of the Grant High School team, that same team that went into the Rocky Mountain Shootout and beat the Idaho State Championship 2 weeks ago on television. And so you're right, Paul, but here's the thing. The Miners say this: if we can hang with them, how tired are they going to get by the fourth quarter? Well, only time will tell that, but the Miners' defense is now going to be called upon, and they've got to be good tonight. So here we go, 1st and 10. Quintal under center. Goes to a single back. Throws, incomplete. So the ball comes off the hands of McDonald.
And that's not McDonald's fault there. Quintal threw him a bullet out there that most receivers at this level would have a tough time handling. McDonald gave Quintal a quick little look afterwards. What was that? Regardless, it was incomplete.
McDonald comes into the game, or stays in the game. Looked like he was going to shuttle off. And so that'll make it a 2nd and 10. Here's the pitch, right side. Miners try to penetrate. They string it out. And probably a minimal... Oh, he breaks through!
That's Highburton. Found himself some room. They thought they had him. They didn't.
And he's taken down at the 20-yard line. Oh, and a Miner piles on at the end. And that's going to be a penalty against Nevada Union that will take it to about the 9-yard line.
About the time that they thought they had him wrangled, he found himself his footing somewhere or another and broke away for what looks like about 60 yards, Jim.
And let's take a look. Let's see where that broke down, Paul.
There
he comes out of the stack right there.
Yeah, they tried to arm tackle him, and this is a powerful runner. I think we're going to get a more complete replay here in a second.
Oh, and here they come to the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 10.
Here's the replay, Jim. Okay, now watch. They pitch it back, and watch. He gets balled up right here, and there's one missed tackle, and here right there, They just run by him, and then he manages to get away. That's some good running.
Poor tackling, too, by Nevada Union.
Looks like he ran out of gas at the end, too.
And the piling on there. So here we go. 1st and goal for the Titans, just inside the 10-yard line, just about at the 9. So a good chance here early. Back to pass. Down he goes! Josh Finau with a nice sack of the quarterback.
Josh Finau getting the job done just when the Miners were getting themselves into a hole, comes up with a big sack early. And that'll take some of the steam out of this Trojan offense.
Titan. So for the Titans, it's 2nd down and 9. Handoff, right side. Bernie Halliburton. And a short gain, and that'll bring up a big 3rd down play.
On carry for the Titans, number 33, Bernie Halliburton. On stop,
we're checking.
Number 55, Jordan Mossbarger.
So the Titans have a 3rd down and 10 play.
It would be Titans.
And the Miners defense being called upon right here to come up big. Probably 4 down territory unless the Titans go for the field goal. And a delay of game will take them back another 5 yards.
Penalties like that will drive a coaching staff absolutely crazy. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it here. But that'll take them back 5 more yards, making it 3rd and looks like maybe 15 now.
3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. Play comes on in. Miners will be called upon now for a deeper pass pattern for the Titans. Quintal in shotgun, back, throws for the corner of the end zone, should be batted away, and it is.
I'm not sure that was the best receiver, Jim. He threw into a crowd.
Well defended there in the corner.
On the left-hand side of the field was number 1, Andy Estrada. He only had 1 receiver heading for the flag.
And so here's a 4th down. Miners in a position where either they will make an excellent stand here or the Titans will break through. 7:41 to go, 1st quarter. Nevada Union football from Hooper Stadium. So Quintal is back. He throws a quick slant, and it's intercepted. Coming back the other way. Needs to get one block and doesn't quite get it. Should have been picked up, but wasn't. So the Miners make a plus 15 yards on that play.
Finally, there's a whistle now. Halliburton, that's Benny Halliburton, who we saw offensively, came in to make that tackle. He thought he wrestled that ball away, but they're going to say that the Miner carrier was down.
So the Miners have a chance, and they take the ball on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for Nevada Union. In motion. This is Ryan, but before he can go, whistle sound. And I would imagine there'll be some kind of a motion call against Nevada Union. Looked like the first play intended for Cameron Ryan. Offsides against Nevada Union. And so that'll bring up a 1st down and 15. So, Paul, here's the Miners' opportunity. Dave Humphers called on the team to get a good lead in the first 5 minutes of the game. We're 31 minutes from that first 5 minutes. Miners on their 2nd drive. Let's see what they can do. Here's the fake to Cameron Ryan, and the play comes up the middle, but for no gain for Nevada Union.
That was the first carrier with the ball straight
Chris
up the middle.
Temple.
That was Beer Temple. Jason Slade in the backfield.
So, in fact, a loss of 2 yards. And that will bring up a 2nd down and 17 now for the Miners.
A lot of deception, like you said, Jim, but this Titans team isn't biting on it.
Another fake, back, heavy rush, eludes one man, can't elude the second, and goes down at the 10-yard line. So a 13-yard loss on that play, and there you see the pass rush, the blitz that we talked about.
And I'll tell you what, there's the beef coming right up the middle, and Jance didn't seem to know what he wanted to do back there. He knew what receiver he was looking at, but never really had a time to stop and adjust and throw. That resulted in a large loss.
So 3rd down and 30 yards to go for a 1st down in the shotgun. Handoff comes up the middle, breaks the first tackle, gets 10 of those yards back, gets to the 20 where it will be 4th down and where the Miners will be forced to punt.
So Coach Humphers opted to go with the straight running play, get what he could get, rather than try to air the ball out there with 3rd and long.
Brogan Jance into punt for Nevada Union. Gets it away. Good kick. Chasing back. There's a fumble, and Nevada Union has it.
Oh, what was he thinking? Number 33.
Benny Halliburton again.
Yeah, Halliburton is touching the ball a lot, but that time he tried to make an over-the-shoulder spectacular catch. He should have just let it go.
But here's the thing that was nice about it for the Miners. It was all in Jance's kick, because Jance's kick carried so far that he had to try to make an over-the-shoulder catch. And so there's the 3rd turnover now tonight.
Here's that kick, and you're right, it's a beauty. Jance gets it high, and it's a good spiraling kick. Now watch, he makes an adjustment right here, and it goes off his hands, and he knows he's blown it right there. Easy recovery.
Juan Espinoza will see a lot of action tonight for Nevada Union. And what are they talking about here on the field now? Is there a penalty against Nevada Union at the end of the play? Let's take a look here. Oh, no, it's against Chavez.
And they're going to step off, it looks like. Was that an illegal procedure penalty? They're going to go 10 yards.
No, they're going to go more than that.
They're going to go 15.
And so the Miners in a very opportunistic situation here to start out. 3 turnovers in the first 6 minutes and 35 seconds of the first quarter. So here's Jance with another opportunity. Pitches this one out. Cameron Ryan breaking left, heading for the end zone. Touchdown, Miners! But there's a flag on the play.
Let's see if they bring it back. Cameron Ryan, he smelled it. He wanted it. Oh, they're going to bring it back.
Holding against Nevada Union on the run. Looks like the hold happened at about the 15 or the 14. So that'll take it back to the 24, and that'll bring up a 1st down and 12.
So just about the time penalties are working to the advantage of the Miners. A touchdown has to come back.
Had a chance to see Cameron Ryan in warm-ups tonight, and I'll tell you what, he is one powerful guy.
He's big.
He and Ralph Jarrett both just incredible people. Here's Jared Ralph. Breaks the left side. Looks like he gets close to 1st down territory. So that'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it 3. Slightly under 5 minutes to go here. First quarter from Hooper Stadium. Jim Adams, Paul Brown, proud to bring you Nevada Union Miner football tonight. 2nd down. This is Cameron Ryan.
He's in there.
Touchdown, Nevada Union!
Cameron Ryan doing what we just saw him do. Like you were saying, Jim, a powerful runner.
And, you know, I had a chance to talk to Ernie Flores in the game tonight, and he says, you know, Ryan has not had a real breakout game yet this season. He is really due tonight. And in the carries that he's had so far, Paul, all I can do is describe it as powerful.
Point after is...
Yeah, but there's a flag on the play again.
It did go through,
I think this...
crossbars.
Let's take a look. Perhaps a motion call. The Miners are staying on the field. No. Now they're coming off. So this one will be... Oh, they're picking the flag up. And it's good.
So here's the touchdown.
Paul, let's take a look at that Cameron Ryan run.
This guy is something to see. It's a pretty straightforward play to the right. He's the second one to get the ball right there. And look at that hole, Jim. My goodness, I could have run through that thing. Cuts inside. Straightforward running, gets his shoulders upfield, and the last effort is nothing but power.
You know, I will say this in the warm-ups where the Miners went through their defense tonight, Paul. Boy, they were as crisp as I have seen. I've covered Nevada Union football for about 5 years now for the Touchdown Productions television network, and I will tell you, they looked about as crisp as I've ever seen them, and it was an offensive scheme that I think is going to be entertaining all tonight. And so far, you know, Dave Humper said, let's get on them early. I would say 13 points in the first quarter with the help of 3 turnovers in the first 7 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yep.
Is mission accomplished. So here we go. Kicking off, another squib kick. Goes into the secondary. Nice gain, finds a hole, but finally the goes down, and the return was by Linnell Wilson for the Titans.
Now, you know, Jim, granted, they're down by 2 touchdowns, but this guy, Andrew Quintel, can throw that football. We were watching him throw 50-yard passes in tight spirals in warm-ups.
Well, and one of the things that I think the Miners have to be careful of here, Paul, is that even with a 13-0 lead, they were down by 2 touchdowns last week and had to come back. So it very easily can be done, and here is the Chavez varsity. A little bit of movement. Handoff, right side. Great gang tackling by Nevada Union. And Benny Halliburton again with the carry. And
that was Fanu again. I'll tell you, he is getting penetration there. He is the left side linebacker, and he is across that line. No one is blocking him.
Miners missing 3 people on tonight. Cole Stanford is out with a concussion. Kenan Morrison is out. Austin Harlinger is out with a shoulder. And yet some of the replacements are being called upon. And here's going to be another penalty against Cesar Chavez. Man coming off the field late as they came up to the line of scrimmage. And the officials will discuss this for a moment.
Chavez has yet to find something that really works for them offensively. They really haven't found any hole that they can exploit.
And he throws a flag again. I think that the sideline said something to him. And let's see now if we get a personal foul.
And now the official is backing everybody up on the sideline.
And the coaches must have said the magic word, Paul.
That could be. And they have a female line judge over there on that side.
And it's a warning over there. So a little bit wacky here, but it comes down to this. 2 flags thrown, but 2nd down and 10. Man in motion, goes to the first man through. Miners need to converge on him. Good gang tackling, but after a gain of about 7 yards.
That's Halliburton again. He seems to be their workhorse.
And that's a little bit of an interesting scheme because Nelson, number 2, is the individual who moved most of their offense. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 4. Halliburton on the left side, man in motion. There's the pitch. Here it comes. Great play by Nevada Union. Down he goes.
Zach Vallejo, the centerpiece of this Nevada Union defense, making the tackle, hitting the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage and driving him back. Great play, Zach Vallejo. 40 tackles in the last 2 games, and he's going to have a big game tonight.
So that'll bring up a 4th down for the Titans. Nevada Union with an opportunity here as Ralph and Hoskin go deep for the Miners.
That's really got to be deflating, Jim. They're not able to get a 1st down there.
Here comes 2 Miners, almost got a piece of it. Come and fumbles the ball. See if Nevada Union can come up with it. And I think they did.
No,
Yes.
Boy,
So
they
Ralph
dodged the bullet
saved
there.
the day.
Dodged a big-time bullet there. Ball came right off his pads. First thing you're taught as a punt receiver is to catch the ball in your arms with your hands, keep it away from those pads. That ball came flying off of his pads. It darn near was a turnover.
Hoskin needs to buy the steak dinner for Ralph tonight. So 1st and 10, 2nd man through. Cameron Ryan, open field, 50, 40, dragged down at the 32-yard line. A big gain for Cameron Ryan on the first play from scrimmage.
And again, Ryan had a hole the size of a Mack truck to run through. That whole right-hand side of the line had been obliterated.
And that's exactly what the Miners are looking to do. They have their execution on their assignments was great. Good blocking this time. Now he's going to have to run. Brogan Jantz goes out of bounds finally at the 18-yard line. And that'll be another 1st down for Nevada Union. And they'll mark it at the 20. But a 1st down for Nevada Union. Miners keep rolling ahead 13-0, 1:50 to go in the 1st quarter.
Boy, Jim Jantz showed some real skill there running. You got to remember, he's just a junior. Ideally, he likes to pass the ball, but boy, when he gets out there, he can sure run.
Shotgun formation, 2nd man through. Goes over right tackle. And Jason Slade with the carry. Only gets, really no gain on the play, so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Slade again in the backfield, but everything goes right. Here is Ralph. Needs to get a block. Cuts inside. Gets inside the 15, probably to about the 14. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Miners perhaps in 4-down territory. Leading 13-0 in the waning moments of the 1st quarter.
Jantz getting a play from the sideline. You got to think they're going to go back to Cameron Ryan.
Back to pass. Looks over the middle. Here's the pass to Ralph. Touchdown, Nevada Union.
Wow.
So Jared Ralph does it on the ground and through the air. And a pretty balanced Miner offense tonight, Paul.
And that's all set up by an extremely capable offensive line. Jim, this offensive line is not only doing it on the run, but they held everybody out. And when you have that kind of time to throw the football, those receivers get open.
Spotted, kicked, good. So a look at the scoreboard with 34 seconds to play in the first quarter. Nevada Union races out to a 20-0 lead.
Who'd have thunk?
Well, let's take a look at it from this point of view. Let me just say two things. One is, I saw the Miners prepare for this game and they were ready. But let's take a look here.
Here's that replay. Now look at that line. There is nobody even close to getting pressure on Jantz, giving him time to let his receiver clear, receive the ball, and get in the end zone. Nicely done.
So number one, Nevada Union was very well prepared for this game. They did not go into it taking anything for granted. Number two, you know what, Paul? The Titans come clear from Stockton. They get here at halftime after a long bus drive. I just think that was a kind of a poor choice.
Also, though, remember, they've had 2 turnovers. They had the onside kick.
3.
They had 3.
The interception and the fumble.
Now, they haven't been able to move the ball on offense yet, but 2 of those touchdowns come right off of turnovers.
So an opportunistic first quarter. Maloney here to kick off for Nevada Union. Squib kick drives it into the secondary. Picked up there by McDonald, Cheatham, Marcus Cheatham. And he gets it back to about the 24-yard line.
So the Titans will start at their own 24, desperately in need of a first down. Let's see if they can get something going.
In fact, pretty pivotal drive for them here at this point, Paul.
Even early in the game, they've got to get something going if they're going to have a chance here to get back in it.
Quintal, right side.
Nothing.
There by Halliburton.
And over there, running him out of bounds is Zach Vallejo. I love watching Vallejo play. And you can see the enthusiasm. He's the leader. He's their linebacker, their middle linebacker, but he's in on every play, Jim, and he throws his body around like it was a noodle. Just, hey.
Well, and that's the end of the first quarter, so we're 1 quarter into the contest of the Miners lead 20-0. Let's say this for a moment, Paul. The coaching staff of the Titans is rather tight-lipped. They don't say too much about their team. They don't reveal their statistics. They don't give you injury reports, but their main running back is number 2, Demaria Nelson, and we have not seen Nelson play tonight. And we'd like to remind you that the 4th annual Nevada County Job Fair is this Thursday, October 2nd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Nevada County Fairgrounds, 11228 McCourtney Road in Grass Valley. You go in Gate 1. It's the main exhibit hall. This is an opportunity for you to look for a job in Nevada County, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., a 4-hour stint there for that job fair on October 2nd. And there you see the Touchdown Productions truck, and Touchdown Productions will be there. Do you think that Gil will bring? No. Do you think that Gil will bring the truck right inside the exhibit? I don't think he will. And that may be I bet you he's thinking of that. That's on the immediate horizon. He's probably planning it now for the 5th annual. But the 4th annual just is this Thursday at the fairgrounds. And so 2nd down and 11 here as we start the second quarter. Quintal in a little bit of an interesting offense there. Goes up the middle, and boy, you can never tell how they're going to break through. But a very short gain. And Sam Houston.
They're trying to establish some kind of a running game. They're really not able to open any holes as of yet. They haven't found any area to exploit in this Miners defense.
Miners have been strong. They have stood tall tonight in both the running game and the passing game. But here's a new quarter. Miners have a nice pad to start the game with.
Watch for a screen pass.
Third down. Comes over here, almost intercepted, but instead he gambles and loses, and it's a first down on the reception by Terrence McDonald.
And I'll tell you, that was reading the quarterback. He looked nowhere but at his receiver, looked right over to the right and threw that football. Luckily, it just went through the hands. I think it was number 27. Henry Harrison was over there. Henry Harrison was over there for the Miners, just missing.
Henry, a great kid, senior for Nevada Union. And so a first down for the Titans as they're busy looking at the plays that they have on their right arm. And here comes Quintal, and he calls timeout.
Got some confusion in the backfield.
So a little bit of confusion there for the Titans. I'm sure with a 1st and 10 here in the first half, they want to get it right. And there you see the Titans go on over there to gather. And for Nevada Union tonight, Paul, just about exactly the way that Dave Humpers would have wanted to script it.
I can't agree with you more. On the other hand, I'm looking for Andrew Quintal to start airing the ball out. We've only seen him make these short, accurate passes, and they've only completed 2 thus far. But if they can get some receivers downfield, he certainly has the arm to get the ball to them.
Well, he does. However, the secondary of Nevada Union has really done a great job tonight. Cole Stanford is out. Corey George is in for him. Cole, as we mentioned, still suffering the effects of a concussion. Expected to be back next week, but Corey George to fit in for him. Miners almost offsides, and in fact, I believe that they were.
Here comes the laundry. It looks like it is going to be against the Miners.
I think it was Ty Dettinger. Ty, also a senior.
Anchoring in the middle of that defensive line, Chad Knight, number 59, playing nose tonight. Keep your eye on him. He is doing a job on this Titans center.
1st and 5. No yardage there.
Nothing.
Again, Benny Halliburton is denied. And you have to wonder what it would be like if Nelson were playing tonight, but obviously he is not.
No, they keep trying that left-hand side of the line.
It's not working.
It's just going nowhere. That's the 3rd or 4th time they've tried that same hole, and there's nothing there. They got to get a new idea.
And Nevada, but on the same token, Nevada Union spent a lot of time preparing for this offense tonight. So is this the result of good preparation? 2nd and 5. Second man through. Here's Halliburton again. Breaks almost into the secondary, gets the first down, and goes down at the 48-yard line. Looks like there may have been a fumble on the play, but they may have ruled the player down, and they did. So first down for the Titans.
Hitting that line again on the left side. This time they ran just off of the guard. More of an inside play. But, Jim, I don't see any deception. It's basically just a spin move and a straight handoff.
Running at him. Halliburton running at him most of the time. And but here's something to take a look at. What has happened in this situation in this drive? 2 successive first downs. So do the Titans have something going? 3 backs in the backfield. It's Halliburton again. Gets probably about 3.
The old 3 1/3 in a cloud of dust. They're just going to take it right straight at them and hope that they can beat this Miners line down. Good luck to that.
And yeah, it hasn't worked for them real well tonight. I don't know at which point they make an adjustment. But with 9.5 to go in the second quarter and the Miners up by 20, the Titans have a second down and we'll call it 6. Here's the pitch. Oh, and a good play, a good stick for the Miners there. As Halliburton again with the carry.
I'm not sure. That looked again like Henry Harrison in there, number 27. Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah.
Making the tackle. Here it is. Let's take a look at the replay.
it.
And he comes in with a spear tackle. Watch this. You got to love this. Right in the numbers, right here. Pat! Knocks him backwards. That's the kind of tackle that makes a ball carrier think maybe I shouldn't be carrying this ball so often.
Well, and Halliburton's got to be getting tired. He's carried almost the whole load here in the first half.
What was that?
A broken play and tackled for a big loss of 6 yards.
So the Titans on 3rd down looking to come up with a 7-yard play are thrown backwards 5.
And so far, this Miner defense has just about been impenetrable, Paul.
Certainly haven't seen any flaws this far. Although I do notice the defensive backs are moving more in, and maybe the game plan is to draw them in for a pass over their heads. Who knows?
Hoskin and Ralph calls for the fair catch, drops the ball, and then has to pick it up. So Ralph fumbles it there. Or was that Hoskin? Has Hoskin again. So Hoskin having a little bit of trouble with that ball in the punts tonight.
Yeah. If I was the coach for Eric Duncan and I was the coach of the Titans, might consider putting somebody else back there. Let's see if the Cameron Ryan show continues here. The Miners will take over.
Well, it's going to be a good drive for them in that the play will start at the 19-yard line.
And the Miners are going backwards. There will be a penalty marched off. I'm not sure
it may
what
have been
is.
5 yards for signaling for a fair catch. Well, no, this is
He
a
dropped
major
the ball.
penalty.
Yeah, he dropped the ball. They had the right to tackle him.
Don't know exactly. Illegal use of the hands, so 10-yard march off against Nevada Union. And here we go. Coming around the left side. Nice carry again by Jared Ralph. And the Miners rack up another first down. Huge yardage here in the first half for the Miners.
This is a dream game for a halfback when you're getting holes this big. They just love to carry that football. Give it to me, Coach.
Well, and you look at this team. They did not lose real big to Elk Grove. And in their second game, they scored 47 points. So here's one of these misdirection plays, but that one doesn't go very far, and that's Ralph again on the carry. So Jared Ralph. And that one doesn't go very far. But if you look at this offense tonight, a lot of wrinkles that you don't usually see by the Miners. When was it that you saw shotgun? And I think that tonight, as the game goes on, we may see a number of other plays too. So Brogan Jantz leading them on a 2nd and 10, goes into that shotgun formation, man in motion, rolls right, throws wide open, complete, tries to get away but can't quite do it. It's again Dan Pettinato.
Pettinato.
He's having a big night tonight.
He is, but he's all by himself out there, Jim. There's just nobody even on him.
Rack up a replay of that, Gil, because there was a guy farther out that was absolutely wide open.
That could have been 7 points. It seems like the linebackers and the defensive backs are biting on the deception into the line, leaving these the backs to get out all by themselves.
Another first down for Nevada Union. Handoff, right side, Drew Hoskin. And let's take a look at the replay. Let's see if we can pick that up. Here he is back to pass, and there's the pass. Look at number 5 there. Drew Hoskin was absolutely wide open. Nobody was near him.
And that was an easy 7 points.
So the Chavez secondary having a little bit of trouble with the Miners tonight. 2nd down and 7. Back in shotgun formation. Rolls to the right side after a fake. Throws long, complete. The 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Miners. Duncan Chappell.
Duncan Chappell showing his stuff, catching the ball.
Stepped out of bounds at the 5. They're going to rule he stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
I thought that might be the case, but nonetheless, it was still a magnificent throw and catch by Jance and Chappell. Chappell looking over his right shoulder and managing to elude the defensive back, catching the ball beautifully.
Brogan Jance arguably having one of his best games of his career, of his sophomore and junior season. Took over last year largely for his brother Steele Jance, who broke his leg early in last season for Nevada Union. Got all that seasoning, and then here he is. First and goal from the 5, and a broken play. He hangs on to it and probably loses a yard.
Yeah, Jance looks very comfortable rolling out to his right and throwing with his right hand. That pass to Chappell couldn't have been better.
So that makes it a second and goal, this time from the 6 for Nevada Union. Hoskin looks back at the bench. One man in the backfield, man in motion. Here it comes this way. Hoskin leading the blocking. Touchdown, Miners, Jared Ralph.
And the Miners are blowing this Titans team out of the stadium. 5 minutes, 22 seconds left. The score now, 26-0.
And they're moving the ball efficiently right down the field, Paul.
They're just blowing them out.
So point after. Connor Maloney with the kick, and it is good. So a look at the scoreboard with 5:22 to go in the second quarter. The Nevada Union Miners lead 27-0.
And Coach Humphers is out on the field congratulating each of his players as they're coming off. Here's a replay. We're going to see the long pass. Look at Jance rolling out beautifully and throwing with his right hand. Now watch him drop that pass right in there. Isn't that pretty? Right over the head of the defensive back. Now let's see if we can see where he steps out of bounds. I guess we're not going to catch that quite on the 5-yard line.
And we'd like to welcome all of the viewers that are watching tonight's game at Tailgaters in Grass Valley. Thanks for tuning in to the Touchdown Productions NorCal Game of the Week. Nevada Union Miners against the Cesar Chavez Titans. And the Titans really are having a hard time tonight, Paul.
So have you ever been to Tailgaters?
Yes, I have. It's a fun place.
That's a great place.
Do you know what you do? You eat the peanuts and throw the shells on the floor. I went there with my daughter, and she goes, Dad, why are you doing that?
But I'll tell you what, we'll see the touchdown one more time. And there's just nobody there. There's nobody there within 5 yards.
And he had Hoskin leading the blocking.
Well, he had to have someone to talk to. There was no one else there. Hoskin was an afterthought.
So Connor Maloney back to kick off again for Nevada Union. Connor, a great kid. Have had the privilege of knowing their family for a good number of years, and so Connor to kick off.
So you actually throw the shells on the ground.
Absolutely.
I'm going there after this.
I think you should. Here's the kickoff, another squib. High bounce, takes it at about the 15. Goes to the left side, might have a little bit of room. Does, finally knocked out of bounds. Oh, and there comes a flag in. Wow.
That was a quick flag.
That guy has a good arm. Did you see how far he flew through that flag?
You know, if that was an Olympic event, that would have been a gold medalist performance. Imagine that it will probably go against the Titans. He had eagle eyes because he was at about the 45-yard line of Nevada Union when he threw that flag, and it goes back instead to the 24. This is just not what the Titans
holding
needed.
Against the Titans.
Well, I don't see any substitutions coming in so far.
No, I think that Dave Humphers is going to wait a little while. Remember that the Miners have the ball to open up the second half. 5:13, though, in the here and now of the second quarter. And a man in motion.
Lots of time.
This is going to be a penalty unless he can take him down. And down he goes! Nice sack by Eric Niederberger.
Niederberger was on him, stayed on him, finally got a piece of his jersey and hog-tied him down.
An illegal motion will be declined against the Titans.
Here's a replay.
Niederberger with a good job here, Paul.
And watch, Niederberger's got some speed. He comes around the outside here, and watch him chase him down, gets a little bit of the jersey,
not going to give up.
His own weight to wrestle him down. He knows when he's got a sack in his sights. Good job.
So second down.
And a country mile.
And about 18. Quintal struggling a little bit tonight, but goes back in that shotgun again. Fakes the handoff and throws a little one over the middle, batted away but incomplete.
That looked like number 38, Zach Vallejo, getting his hand on the ball. No, 58.
Yeah, Ty Dettinger. That was Ty Dettinger.
Dettinger knows a good lineman, if you can't get to the quarterback, get those hands in the air and bat that ball down. When you get that ball batted down, anything can happen. You get an interception, who knows?
Ty, a hard-nosed Miner. Had a good season last year and off to a great start here in the 08 campaign. So third down now and 19. Oh, and hit as he throws. Miners need to look back.
And it's intercepted.
It's intercepted.
Number 4, looks like John Wivholm managed to catch that ball like the center fielder he is. That ball up like a dead quail.
And you know, Paul Wivholm did a great job there because it looked like the receiver was there, but John came back on that ball, and instead of giving the receiver the opportunity, really took it away. There's a good shot of John right there.
Now watch this replay. Watch him get hit. Bang! Oh, right there as he releases the ball. Just hammered. And watch John come back. Look, and get the ball.
What concentration. Good job by Wivholm. So here's the Miners with plenty of time to go in the first half, already leading by 27 to nothing with 4:29 to go in the first half, and they'll set up shop at the 38 of Chavez.
Let's see if they go back to Cameron Ryan.
Rolls left, throws, and complete to Ryan. Incomplete. Ryan drops the ball. That was a tough catch, though.
Over the wrong shoulder. Ryan looking back and also was worried about the defenders that were right around him.
So that'll bring up a second down and 10. Miners have been very efficient on offense tonight. Rolls again right. Handoff up the middle.
That's that wraparound draw play. Very well played by Jantz.
To Jason Slade.
Jantz brings the ball back, puts it up to his shoulder like he's going to throw it, wraps it around to Slade underneath, and Slade was able to slip through there, picking up about 12 yards.
So another 1st and 10. Miners again on the move at the 27 of Cesar Chavez. Clock running below 4 minutes in the first half. Jantz brings them up under center. Again rolls to his left. In trouble now. Cuts back, needs to get a block. Gets around him.
Got a lot of room.
Now he's going to throw. There's a man, incomplete.
That looked like Chappell out there, and Chappell waving his arms, trying to get Jansen's attention as he's running first one way, then the other way across the field.
And Duncan Chappell was there.
He was there. All he had to do was stop, set his feet, and he hit him. That's easier said than done.
Yeah, a tough play there for Brogan Jantz, but he did a good job of getting away from his pursuers. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Cameron Ryan, wide left, back to pass. Here's a screen to Hoskin. Needs to get by one man, does it. 20, 15, 10, out of bounds at the 5. Drew Hoskin.
Very efficiently set up screenplay left. They completely fooled all the Titans. And Hoskins taking the ball after the catch, waiting for his blocking to develop, almost scores.
So 3:30 to go in the first half, and the Miners
There's
again
a replay
knocking
on
at the
that.
door.
Now watch him right here. This is nothing but good legs and good speed. Finally getting taken out. That's Lowell Wilson on the tackle.
Flag comes in
Chavez.
here on this play after a up the middle run by Cameron Ryan.
Penalties against the Miners. Holding.
And holding is called against the Miners. So this is going to make it a little bit difficult. Flag came in at about the 2-yard line. And that will bring it back to the 14. So it's going to be a 1st and goal from about the 14-yard line.
The Miners will have 3 minutes and 24 seconds. They do still have 2 timeouts if they were to elect to take them.
So here we go, and there's a live shot of us. Let's go back to live action. Around the right side, here's Cameron Ryan, sidesteps into the end zone. Touchdown, Miners! Cameron Ryan goes around the right side and finds pay dirt and takes it to 33-0.
Ryan is having a career day, wouldn't you say?
Well, I've seen Cameron Ryan have pretty good performances in the past. This is a real good day by his standards, and
Well, he's still
they're going to need him this season. But the Miners, from a running point of view, have had a very good night so far. PAT, spotted, kicked, and good.
And I don't like to second guess a coach as good as Dave Humphers, but I'd put my boys on the bench. You got a big lead, you can always put them back in, but an injury right here would be criminal. Here's a replay.
There we are. Is that the replay?
That's the replay of us?
And there's Ryan with the ball. Boy, really breaks around that right side. And then great blocking over there on the far side. One player has a shot at him, but Ryan is in the end zone for a touchdown for Nevada Union.
And the music on the field is Thriller, and that's what these NU fans are getting, a very thrilling football game. Very one-sided.
Saw Justin Fike there a moment ago. And after 2 weeks of very close contests that came down to the final plays of the game, Nevada Union really doing a good job, very efficient so far tonight. 2:58 to go in the first half. Connor Maloney again to kick off. There's the squib kick, and there it is again. Miners should recover it. I don't know. Let's see.
The ball bounced off of one of the front linemen. And let's see if they do score it.
They do. They recover it. Nevada Union keeps the foot right on the gas pedal, and for the second time tonight, Maloney is able to bounce it off a Titan receiving team player, and the Miners recover, and they're right back at it again.
Boy, I'm not sure if that is luck or if that is just skill that he's able to squib kick that ball directly at a lineman. Like, he didn't have a chance to field it.
No, and timeout is called by the Titans. So the Miners very efficient in special teams, very efficient offensively, very efficient defensively. Paul, 3 special teams turnovers tonight, 2 kickoffs, 1 punt return.
Yeah, what more can you say? Everything is one-sided on the Nevada Union side tonight, and we're seeing their offensive line dominate the Titan defensive line. I wish we could find something good to say about Chavez at this point, but we really haven't seen much out of him from their side.
Well, and then look at this. There's Brandon Duckett. Oh, and all of a sudden here he goes. The incomparable Brandon Duckett. And look he becomes so bashful and shy.
Well, there's the real deal. There's the Nevada Union fans.
And that's the Nevada Union volleyball team right there, the boys varsity team, expected this season to compete for the state championship. This is going to be a juggernaut team this year that will really make waves. Had an incredible season last year in which they seldom lost, and they only lost 4 seniors. All the regulars are back. You see Luke Parker there, and he's very good with the hands up. And you see Paige Carnahan of the Lady Miners. There's Justin right down below him there, and I think I even saw Tyler Salcedo. So here we go. Pitch to Jared Ralph, and goes down. So not much of a gain for Nevada Union. In fact, a yard loss on the play, and that will bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Chappell, Ralph, Ryan, all in the game. Splitting off to the right will be Chappell.
Cameron Ryan split to the left here. And there is good try there by Chappell. Could not quite come up with it on the incomplete pass. That was going to be a tough play.
That was going to be. The ball was actually thrown over the wrong shoulder. He would have been more likely to catch that ball over his right shoulder, turning his body inward, unable to make that basket catch.
So if the Miners are going to keep it moving, they're going to have to convert here on a 3rd down and 11. And there comes a flag from the far side.
Minute 59 left in the half.
Dead ball foul, offsides against Nevada Union. So now it'll be a 3rd down and 16 for the Miners. And we'll see if Jantz comes up under center. And he does. There's that wraparound draw again. Breaks on up the middle. Into the secondary. Needed to beat one man. Had a hard time doing it there. But a nice carry by Jason Slade.
Slade darn near getting enough yardage to get that 1st down. That wraparound draw play, very deceptive, and that went for about 12 yards. It will be 4th down.
And the Miners are going to go for it on a 4th down and 4.
Clock
at their own
44
44-yard line. draining the clock, and they take a timeout. So it may be that they do punt after all. Miners taking their first timeout with 1:19 to go in the second quarter, probably feeling pretty good about themselves at 34-0.
I think it's very wise on Coach Humford's part to punt this ball now. No need in handing the ball back to the Titans. In good field position with a minute left, they could find themselves with some kind of a quick play and a score. And
well, not only that, but the defense for the Nevada Union has given up so little tonight that to, as you said, turn the ball over on the Miners' side of midfield probably isn't the best way to go. And so for Dave Humphers, he has to feel like this team was very well prepared. They came out acting like they were playing the #1 rated team in the section, and instead they have had an extremely efficient first half. Don't know if you could have asked any more of them, and unofficially looks like about 5 turnovers. So let's see what Nevada Union will do on this 4th down play. Jantz coming in. He is their normal punter, so let's see how they line up on this play.
They're going to
take a snap. And they are going to go for it.
Yeah, going for it.
And they get them off sides. That's exactly what they were looking for.
Big.
And that will be the 5 yards necessary for the first down.
Big number 84, who might be in your program, Jim, but isn't on this roster. That's Johnson for Chavez.
First down.
And so a first down for the Miners. They're now at their own 49-yard line.
Johnson taking the hard snap and coming across the line.
Let's see what Jantz can do with 1:19 to go. Big rush, nice pitch. Flag comes in. I think the Miners will be called for holding. Carry was by Jared Ralph, but I think the Miners are going to be put back 10 yards. And it is holding by Nevada Union.
Seems like this last 3 minutes of this half have taken forever.
It has gone slowly, hasn't it? So that is a penalty that takes the Miners back to their own 38-yard line. With 1:13 to play, it'll be interesting to see what Coach Humphers calls in this situation. Man in motion, but gives it instead to Cameron Ryan, and he was one player away from really taking it down the field.
That was number 31, Sam Houston from Chavez, getting him on the shoestring. You're right, he was one step away from having a big gainer down the field.
And an interesting play there in that on second down and long, the Miners have called timeout, so obviously they have bigger plans, Paul, for this first half.
Well, Coach Humphers is now talking with Jantz on the sideline.
Takes timeout, comes into the backfield with his offensive team.
2 tight end formation on that last play. They were in tight, no wide receivers.
It would be kind of fun to be in both of the locker rooms at halftime. I am sure that Dave Humphers will go in and say, don't think this game is over. We have a long ways to go yet. It's only at halftime. He'll want to keep his players motivated. What do they say in the Chavez locker room? Let's get on the bus and head home.
High school athletes are hard to keep motivated, especially when they get down. And it's a real challenge for a coach. the last thing you want to do is humiliate them anymore.
Back to pass, and he's going to go down.
So let's see if Coach Humphers now decides to just let the clock run out. 54 seconds left.
Well, it's 3rd down, so it may be that Jantz will take a kneel down with 3rd down and 21 yards to go. Miners will need to run one more play.
So have you seen this lopsided score in any games previous to this last year, Jim?
No, last year was not the best of years for Nevada Union football. Really good character team. Always expected them to be really close to getting where they needed to be. But when push came to shove, they just couldn't put it together last year. But, you know, this year they've had a couple of fortuitous games where they go into Ponderosa and they're supposed to lose, and they come away with a victory in Placerville. They come here last week against a really good Rockland team. Rockland is expected to win, rated above the Miners, and they prevail by 6 points here at Nevada Union. So they've got a little bit of momentum going here. Up the middle goes, I believe, well, and Dan Agnes, and that will be the first half.
I am never going to get used to that gun.
I guess if you're a Miner fan, you have to say mission accomplished in the first half. So we are at halftime, and the Miners lead 34-0 in a game in which they really dominated the Titans in the first half. A little bit of a surprise to, I guess, everyone except the Union newspaper, who said that this was going to be a one-sided match, and not to listen to Dave. And
Jimmy, we're going to get a couple words with Dave here as he walks to the locker room. We'll walk and talk with him as he gets going. Dave, a real nice showing tonight by the Miners.
Well, for a half, yes. We've just, I feel like our team has just steadily improved, worked hard in practice, gotten better and better at various phases of the game, and it's really, really good to see. We're down 3 starters on defense, and our defense is playing really well. And we still think they're a very, very talented team. But I'm really happy with our offense. That we're, when you put the passing game in with our running game, our offense is pretty hard to stop. So, it's one good half. So we've got to come out and take control of the game again in the second half, hopefully. And then this will be a night we get everybody in.
That would be really great, because those kids work so hard and they love to play in games like this.
Well, they sure do. And, here Dan Agnes gets the last carry of the half. Pretty special moment for him. And, Jason Haybear, we tried to throw to him on the second to last play. It's an opportunity to really reward some kids who are really, really well deserving of that playing time.
Well, they've been working hard. Congratulations and good luck in the second half.
All right, thanks, Gil.
All right, Dave Humphers there as he walks off the field to go to the locker room and make those adjustments. Although, Jimmy, I don't know how much adjustments they're going to be making. They're doing pretty good out there right now. NU band ready to take the field. Be sure to stay with us here at halftime as we have Don Whitmore from the ADECO Employment Agency here. Again, we're going to be talking about the 4th annual Nevada County Job Fair coming up on Thursday. 60 of the top companies in Nevada County are going to be there and be vying for your employment. Touchdown Productions are going to be there. You want to be sure to come out there. Don's going to give us some more information about it. Let's throw it back up to you guys. Thank our sponsors that bring us and the whole community the NorCal Game of the Week. Guys, we appreciate it. Back to you.
So thank you, Gil. A lot of stuff going on at halftime tonight, and we'll return to the halftime entertainment after we remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by
Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers Enterprises and HBE Rentals. Their goal is simple: provide rock and sand products, ready-mix concrete, construction services, and rental equipment to their customers while providing safe, stable jobs for their employees. It's Hanson Brothers Enterprises will continue to be a contributor to our community. Hanson Brothers Enterprises, part of the fabric of Nevada County.
Hills Flat Lumber Company, the Pardini family is proud to be your neighbors in Grass Valley and in Colfax by teaming up with Do It Best Products. Hills Flat Lumber Company carries the selection you want with the buying power of a large retailer. Now both their Colfax and Grass Valley stores are solar powered. Hills Flat can generate up to 175 kilowatts of power every day, making their stores state-of-the-art facilities that make shopping for your lumber and hardware needs a pleasure. So shop where the pros shop. You're sure to find everything you need at Hills Flat Lumber Company in Colfax and Grass Valley.
And by Mike Bratton State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. At Mike Bratton State Farm Insurance, they've got you covered. As a State Farm agent, Mike and his team are devoted to see that your peace of mind is always upheld. And they have a variety of products for you, from home, life, health, and retirement. They share a common goal and strive every day to earn your trust. So when the need arises for any type of insurance, Mike Bratton will be there to get you covered and to protect you from the things you love. That's Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services.
Soft Answers, Dallas Wilhelm is your local computer specialist in computer software management, design, and consultation. That's why Dallas and Soft Answers are the best friends you and your computer system ever had. Dallas is the one to call for all those hard-to-solve computer programs and when you design your system. So make your computer and computer system your friend again with the help of Dallas Wilhelm and Soft Answers, a proud supporter of Nevada Union football. And so we're going to throw it back down on the field and to Gil Dominguez. Gil, what do you have for us?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy. I'm down here with Don Whitmore from Adecco Employment Agency, and we're talking job fair coming up on Thursday. And Don, Gil Dominguez, I'm here. I want to go get a job. What do I have to do?
All you need to do is prepare yourself, dress professionally, get a resume put together. We still have a couple workshops happening at the One Stop in Nevada City for the Workforce Connection. They have some resume preparation and some interview preparation techniques. And bring yourself down from between 10 to 2 on Thursday for the Nevada County Fair, or at the fairgrounds, for the job fair that's happening 4th annual this year.
So probably not a good idea to show up in my T-shirt or some shorts and...
No, definitely not. You want to make sure that you're prepared. Some of the businesses do have open positions that they're prepared to interview for at that time, during that time, and possibly right after. So I would be definitely prepared to meet a potential employer and even maybe have a job offering at that time.
Now, I heard from Jody today over at the Trader, and all the slots are filled for all the employers.
They are. We even have a few additional employers that are looking, just in case we have some cancellations. So really great opportunities in a wide variety of different industries on different levels. So come all, and let's see if we can get you a job.
So that's the 4th annual Nevada County Job Fair. How many people are we expecting?
About 650 to 700 job seekers generally attend that we're expecting this year as well. And we have about 64 businesses that are lined up with booths and ready to hire.
And of course, Adecco's going to be there?
Adecco will be there, and we have many additional positions as well. Currently, we are hiring for about 20 open positions. So in addition to the 64 other businesses there, we have about 20 ourselves. So come see our booth as well.
Now, what's the best thing that they could do with a resume? When you get hundreds or 20, 30 resumes and they all start looking the same, what makes a resume stand out to you?
The best advice that we can give is to make sure that you are detailed but not overly detailed in your job descriptions, and make sure at the top of your resume you put a real healthy block of your qualifications and skills. That's what will help it pop out to the potential employers.
Does it help to be funny?
Not usually on your resume, but maybe in the interview. That could be handy, yes.
Maybe
Jimmy,
Gil,
I don't think I'm getting
maybe
a job
Gil,
then.
in your case, it would.
Well, we might be able to find something for you too, Gil.
There's always janitorial. All right, listen, thanks for joining us again this week, guys. Remember, it's the job fair on Thursday. Come on out. Don will be there with Adecco. We'll be there with Touchdown Productions, along with 62 other companies here in Nevada County. Stay with us right now after we throw it back to Jimmy And Paul, we're going to come back with Mike Mallory, the new president of the NU Booster Club, find out what's going on with them, and then, of course, back to more minor action. Don, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Gil.
Back to you guys.
Hey, Gil, have you updated your resume for this event coming up?
You know, I got about 2 or 3 pages into it, but talking to Don here, I got to pare it down.
Yeah,
so.
and you know, they also say you got to keep it honest, Gil.
Well, that's true. You know, I don't do very much.
I'll give you a job anytime, Gil.
We'd like to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by
Seifert Physical Therapy. John Seifert has over 20 years of experience with the human body. As a clinical expert in physical therapy, John knows how to keep your body's repair and keep it repaired itself, and is dedicated to make you whole again, whether you require rehabilitation after an accident or surgery, or have suffered a sports injury. The staff at Seifert Physical Therapy is there to serve you and is ready to make you well again. They accept most insurance plans and are conveniently located near the Nevada County Fairgrounds. That's Seifert Physical Therapy, proud to donate their time as the physical trainers for the Bear River Bruin football program.
Pioneer Motors. Purchasing a used car is actually better for the environment than buying a new one. The energy it takes to create an automobile versus driving one that has already been manufactured is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle, you are helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, each car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. That's why the residents of Nevada County voted them the best used car dealership for the past 8 years. Pioneer Motors, right here in Grass Valley, a proud supporter of NU sports.
And by All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning. Customer satisfaction is the reason that Doran and Max Bennett are celebrating 12 years of business in Nevada County. And the Bennett family wants to thank you for your trust that you've had placed in them whenever you've needed service, repair, or installation of heating and air conditioning units. They also remind you that All Phase is Nevada County's only certified Tran Comfort specialist. So if you need replacement this fall, All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning is ready to help you. All Phase Heating and Air Conditioning, proud supporters of Nevada Union sports programs.
Dave's Shoes owner Vonnie Schlankstrom wants to thank you personally for 12 years of support and has requested that you ask for it personally when you visit Dave's Shoes going at a business event. Yes, it's true. After 46 years in Grass Valley, Dave's Shoes is closing its doors forever. And now is the time to see their selection of hundreds of women's, men's, and children's shoes. Their going out of business event is going on now till it's over, and will be your final opportunity to take advantage of their selection at Dave's Shoes, where they are proud to have served you.
And speaking of serving, if somebody could run some water up here to us in the booth here.
And let's throw it back down for our next guest with Gil Dominguez. Gil?
Thanks a lot, Jimmy. Down here with the brand new president of the NU Booster Club, Mike Mallory. And Mike, you've got the distinction of being the 4th president of the NU Booster Club that we've had an opportunity to work with.
Thank you. Excellent. Good to be out here and following some good footsteps with the presidency. Mike Pratt and Kevin Casey have been out here, and I hope I can do as good of a job as those gentlemen did out here with the.
And you forgot Tony Barros.
Tony Barros, of course, and I think there might have been one other in between there. But.
No, it went from Bratton to Barros to Casey to you.
All right.
That's the lineage.
That sounds fair.
You know, that's quite a pedigree.
You bet. A lot of mix-up in there.
Now, president of the Football Booster Club, arguably one of the most powerful organizations in Nevada County.
Proud to be a part of this organization. The coaching staff that's out here that takes our boys on, and the booster people. I've been walking in Kevin's footsteps here, and he has just got me dialed. He's got me set in. We've got great people with our organization and our booster board, and all of the help just with the parents, moms, dads, team moms. It's an incredible amount of people out here just helping out with this football organization, and they do a really good job. I got it easy. I really do. Right now, I think I got it easy. They do a fabulous job.
Well, Kevin Casey, of course, last year's president, and you get to see him every day at work. and that's got to be a great asset for you. We were joking off there that Kevin was the puppet master, kind of guiding Mike through it, but that's really great to have him there and bounce off ideas or learn from what he did and what worked and what didn't work.
Absolutely. Look at this field that we're on here tonight. I mean, it's fabulous, and you know, almost 100% of that was done through the boosters, and they've done a fabulous job with raising money for this field and keeping them boys with all their equipment and just doing good things for all the fans and out here. And hopefully I could do as good job of him. But yes, I don't know if I would have taken it if I didn't have Kevin so close to my side to really guide me through some of these things. But I do appreciate his time.
Well, I was joking with a few people that you're so young. They got a lot of tread on you.
Well, my son's a freshman. He's playing freshman ball. Those boys are doing awesome down there. So, you know, I'd like to be out there coaching, but I really don't have the time with what these coaches put in. So hopefully this was the next best thing where I could help out and be a part of the organization.
Now, you got the Booster Club hospitality area over there, a place for the Booster Club members to enjoy extra things here at the game. How does somebody become a member of the Booster Club?
Absolutely. We've got Gail Long up here in the stand. She's here every Friday night. We're out of parking passes, unfortunately, and they go pretty quick. But there's plenty of booster members going on. We've got the clothing booth over here. We're not having the auction this year. The economy's been a little rough on everybody. We just want everybody to enjoy this year. It's going to be a fun year. Our teams are looking fabulous, and we're going for it. Great game here tonight.
Miners on their way to 3-0.
Absolutely, all three of them, 3-0, and I think we got it tonight.
Well, we have a scoop, I think, if the Miners don't pull this one out.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think the boys are pretty confident tonight.
All right, well, be sure to tell all your parents that we'll be showing the game over at Tailgaters. Absolutely. Right after the game tonight. They go over there for the post-game meal, and they can watch all the touchdowns all over again.
Absolutely. Here we go. All right, guys, thank you very much for your time, Gil. Appreciate
all right, Mike Mallory, the new president of the NU Booster Club, as we get ready for second half action here at Hooper Stadium. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Gil. A first half in which mission was accomplished, and before we start the second half, we'd like to remind you that this special edition of NorCal Game of the Week will be brought to us a little bit later here, so stay tuned for our next mission. The Miners come out here on the field to play.
And Jim, we talked earlier about what you think the coaches might have said to these teams at halftime. I love the ever humble Coach Humphers with Gil Dominguez as he's trying to find words to explain and to talk about the first half. And there was Coach Humphers. What do you say when your team is completely dominating another opponent?
Well, knowing Dave, I think that tonight one of the things that he wanted to do was make a statement. He talked about it in the pregame when Dan Miller and I talked with him, and he says, I'd like to get up by 150,000 points and then bring in the extras, the second stringers, and allow them to have some time on the field. So this is kind of what Dave wanted tonight. And you look at it, Paul, the last couple of weeks have been just absolutely close games that came down to the last few plays where the Miners had to make a stand defensively. And when you take a look at that, it's kind of nice to be able to catch your breath because, let's face it, Paul, this schedule is not going to get easier.
Absolutely.
The Miners have a very tough schedule. Dave Humphers said, I set it up so that we would play the likes of Rockland and Ponderosa and Cesar Chavez because I wanted us to be prepared once the league season began. And that's exactly what is the plan that he's executing.
And a game like this, we've got Jantz, who is, even though he had a whole season behind him as a sophomore, this is the kind of a game that really helps to hone his skills. This is the kind of game that gives him confidence, that gets everybody involved in the game. You're hitting all the receivers. Everybody's getting a chance to run the football and being successful. And if you're going into league play, this is what you want to have. It's like a golf shot. The last one that you hit on the practice tee is the one you want to take with you to the tee. Well, they're having an excellent game here to take to them when league play starts here in a couple of weeks.
So for Nevada Union, if it weren't tough enough for Cesar Chavez, they will receive the kickoff in the second half, and again, we would like to say hi to those people who are watching us at Tailgaters tonight. And so we hope you're enjoying this telecast of Miners football. And, boy, in the weeks ahead when we have our Touchdown Productions Game of the Week here from Nevada Union, we're going to invite you to go on over to Tailgaters after the game for sure.
And Duckett, if you would please run some water up to Jim and I, we'd appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
So for Nevada Union, they will receive the ball. I think it was mission accomplished, but you know what Dave's going to say? Dave's going to say, you guys, we are only halfway there. If we can score 34 points in the first half, they can score 34 points in the second half. Do not take the foot off the pedal. And probably in the back of his mind, he's knowing that he's hoping he's going to get to a situation where he can bring in those second stringers to give them some experience and to rest the first stringers to a certain extent. And like you said, I think a great night for Brogan Jantz. I mean, he had 2 good weeks, but, you know, Dave said, here's the things that we really want to turn around. What we really want to turn around is we won both of those games with mammoth fourth quarters. The fourth quarters made us look like we were just an incredible, invincible team, but he was worried about the first 3 quarters where they didn't quite look that way. So in any case, I would say the first 2 quarters, they looked like they did in the fourth quarters of the games the last 2 weeks.
Now, Jim, I'm not sure. I haven't seen as many games with NU as you have. Who is the backup to Jantz at quarterback? Is it Withholm?
No. Well, I don't think that it is, to be honest with you. But I guess we would have to take a look and see who the backup would be this year. Brogan Jantz, of course, is the person first rated. But then if you look at the program, there is nobody else listed at quarterback. So I would think that maybe in the second half we'll find out.
Well, like I said earlier, it would be a shame to have a player go down with an injury when you're ahead by 34 points.
And Chavez with their first opportunity to kick off here. Let's see what they bring. 2 successful onside kicks for Nevada Union, 2 for 2 in the first half. This will come to Ralph, and he will hand off here on the left side, and a flag immediately comes in as Corey George takes the ball.
A little deception in there. Ralph taking the ball, and then something of a reverse play to George. That's the first we've seen George tonight.
So all for naught, as Nevada Union will start off back at about their 10-yard line with a 1st and 10. Here we're going to mark it at the 11, so 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. So if the Miners want to score to start off here, they're going to have to drive 89 yards. Jantz back in at quarterback. Looks like most of the regulars are there. Here it comes to Cameron Ryan, tries to get a block and sidestep a few people, but instead picks up about a 5-yard gain.
Jantz faking the handoff to Slade, giving it to Cameron.
So 2nd and 5. Slade in the backfield. Goes back into the huddle. Maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Handoff, left side, 1st down yardage. Gets to about the 25-yard line, does Jason Slade.
Maybe Jantz saw something in the lineup of the linebackers because Slade had a lot of room inside to run.
Well, Paul, whatever it was, it worked.
Certainly did. Slade finding the hole and then busting to the middle.
So back to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. First down of the second half for Nevada Union. Handoff, right side, Slade again, and taken down when he gets to about the 30.
Taken down hard. Roosevelt Macomb coming over from his left side linebacker position to make that tackle. We commented earlier about the size of this defensive line, but the size hasn't meant that much tonight.
It really hasn't. And here's Jantz rolling to his left. Throws, has a man wide open, and it is complete. Nice catch by Dan Pettinato again.
They're going to say the ball hit the ground.
They're saying incomplete.
Yeah, the ball did pop up. We thought maybe it went off of Pettinato's chest, and then he recovered the pass, but apparently the official is going to say it did hit the ground. Here's the replay.
Let's take a look at that.
So he throws the ball, and he comes back. Oh, yeah. Pretty obvious.
Got it on the one hop there. So now a 3rd down and 5 for Nevada Union. Need to get a first down here in this situation. There goes Jason Slade again, but he's going to come up short, and it's going to be a 4th down and about 1.5 yards. Well, and now they're setting it back about 2 yards for Nevada Union.
And I think we're going to see something we haven't seen all night, Jim. We're going to see a punt.
Well, we have seen one punt before. There was one punt for Nevada Union in the first half.
And that's right, and they recovered the ball.
That's right.
On the fumble. So this will be the 2nd punt tonight.
Brogan Jantz to punt for the Miners. His first punt was very, very good. Just as he throws with his left hand, he kicks with his left foot. This one comes back, and the Miners need to stop it, and it loses about 10 yards. And the Titans will take up shop at the 44-yard line.
Well, the point of that ball hit the ground right about the 30-yard line. Then it had a mind of its own, heading south to a maybe 15-yard disadvantage of the Miners. That was something. Jantz has got to figure out a way to make the ball go the other way.
Well, and he did a good job on the first one. That one just took a bad bounce. It was another good kick by him. So we're going to call it at the 45, 1st and 10 for the Titans. Their first possession of the second half. Handoff up the middle. Gets probably about 7 on the play. Marcus Cheatham on the carry.
At halftime, we could see the Titan team in the end zone and the coaching staff addressing this team. And it appeared that Coach Eric Duncan continued to coach. He split the team up in what looked like 2 units, offense and defense, and they were actually walking through plays over in the end zone. So trying to promote something positive with this offensive team.
Well, and let's see if he can parlay that into some success. 2nd down and 6. Again, a handoff to Cheatham. Gets close to a first down. May have come up a bit short, depends upon where they spot the ball. And it is a first down for the Titans.
That was the move the pile concept.
Yeah.
Cheatham standing straight up and down and having everybody just kind of push him over to that first down. They're going to say he's short now, Jim.
So a 3rd down and less than 1 yard. Handoff, and that's going to be short also, probably lost 1 yard or 2. But you have to think in this situation, at this point in the contest, that, you'd have to think that they'd gamble and go for it, Paul.
Well, let's see where they spot the ball. It appears that they're spotting the ball about the line of scrimmage, so it'll still be just 4th and 1. He doesn't have anything to lose at this point. What's he going to do, kick it down to the 10-yard line? Yeah, they're going to go for it.
So let's see what they do here on 4th down.
They may try to draw a penalty.
And it looks like there was some motion on the play first.
So let's see if it was offsides or encroachment. And it would appear.
And a happy birthday going out to Jordan Millhouse, 17 years old.
And
still no call.
And I think this one they may call this one against Nevada Union. No, illegal motion.
So now it'll be 4th and 6.
And now you think they might punt. Let's see what they bring here.
4th down.
Five minutes into the third quarter, and the clock continues to run. Nevada Union leading 34-0 after an explosive first half for the Miners. Jim Adams, Paul Brown, proud to bring you tonight's NorCal Game of the Week, Nevada Union against Cesar Chavez. And so here we go on 4th down. Back to pass. Good rush. Pressured. Down he goes. Miners led by Juan Espinoza.
Quarterback sack.
Espinoza a fill-in this week, and Paul, you've got to say that he's making a play to be a regular.
He really is. And
Sack number 55, Jordan.
although that was a defensive back coverage sack, you'd have to say there was nobody open for Quintel to throw to.
That's the thing. Quintal with a hard situation there to find a receiver, but Espinoza's been around the ball all night.
He has. That's absolutely true, and not taking anything away from him. But he looked down the field, he looked left, he looked right, and he had time to pass the ball. There was just no receiver open.
Don't know why the clock isn't running, but it is not because of the turnover in downs. And here comes Cameron Ryan trying to find a hole, cuts back, finds an opening, gets some additional yardage down to about the 33-yard line.
Finally brought down by Sam Houston. This is a runner that you just can't hit him high and try to arm tackle him. He is so strong.
He is a horse.
He is a horse, and he keeps those legs moving and his shoulders facing upfield. You got to take him down. You got to put a helmet in him. You got to stick him.
So 2nd down and 1. In motion again. But Jans is going to take it, and he's going to try to run for the first down. He doesn't. Gets a little bit more yardage before stepping out at about the 29-yard line of Cesar Chavez.
Number 11, Brogan Jans.
I don't see any flags down, but the first player through the line looked like he had a face mask. Very deceptive play calling, and many of the tacklers followed that first carrier through the line.
So the Miners again on the move. At the 29 where it's 1st and 10. Jason Slade again in the backfield. And this one will go to Slade. High tackling again, almost a horse collar tackle on that. And Slade with a nice carry down to the 24-yard line.
Number 21, Jason Slade for the Miners.
Slade getting a lot of work tonight, Paul. 2nd down. Slade again hits that line. Not as quite as much success this time.
Slade is the first man to fake through the line, and they're finding a hole there and getting good production from the first man through. So I think that's one of the reasons Slade's getting so many carries.
Maloney warming up on the sidelines in case the Miners have to try a field goal here. They are at 3rd down and about 5. So Jan's in a possible passing situation. Man in motion. Has the option. Cameron Ryan.
There's a fumble.
I think he came close to a first down, but is going to come about a yard short. So what do the Miners do here? Jans over to the sidelines to confer with Dave Humphers. Maloney, for the time being, stays on the sidelines. Humphers talking to Jans. Miners with about 1 yard for a first down.
Chappell now going in. He'll spread out wide left.
2 men in the backfield. Cameron Ryan with Jason Slade. And he gives it to Slade. First down. Big opening. 5. Touchdown. Nevada Union. Jason Slade breaks the Miners into the 40s.
And as we said earlier, first man through, a gapping hole between center and tackle. There was room for two players to come running through there. Jason Slade darting up the middle for that score.
And some great experience for Slade tonight, and a really good opportunity for him to get some productive carries. And as the game has gone on, Jason Slade has looked better.
He has. He seems to be getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
Miners on one knee, but I don't see the injured player. And so the Miners come on in, come up for the extra point. Connor Maloney again, Chappell with the hold. Spotted, kicked, and it is good.
Dead center, right through the crossbars.
So a look at the scoreboard with 3:51 to go. In the third quarter, Nevada Union leads 41-0. And by this point in time, you would have to think that Chavez is thinking about the bus ride home and saying to the driver, hey, let's get it warmed up. We want to get the heck out of here.
It's going to be a long bus ride home, too. Here's a replay of the touchdown. And watch Slade go right up the middle. Here it is here. First man through, and look at that hole. Then he cuts inside. An excellent block here.
He didn't get touched, Paul.
Wow. Slade having a big night.
And he found that hole, and then once he found that hole, he darted right through it. So,
we can hear you in the truck.
So, Nevada Union, 41-0. You know, a couple of times when the Miners played St. Mary's in the section championship, they played at UOP. When they played West in the section championship, they played at UOP. They lost to St. Mary's. That was a long ride home. They pummeled West of Tracy. That was a short ride home. This is going to be a long ride home tonight for the Titans. And Miners to kick off again. And there's Maloney with a nice kick. That one will go.
They got to pick that up.
That's not going to make it to the end zone. So a great kick by Maloney. Miners need good coverage, and they get it.
Well, number 33 for Chavez, that was Bernie Halberton. He forgot that this wasn't a punt that they were just going to let go. That ball was live back there, and he was walking away from it.
Halliburton has struggled a little bit tonight. And I get from the truck that Gil wants me to do the Spanish pronunciation, so Cesar Chavez.
That would be the correct.
He'd be upset if I started to do the broadcast in Spanish, though. So you think of Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles, and I think that a few of these players would like to jump into a ravine right now, down 41-0. Well, here comes the Titans.
Have a reverse.
Coming to the right side. Needs a block, but a great play there by the Miners. John Wivholm. Excellent play by Wivholm. He shook off the block and met the runner head on.
Wivholm.
That could have been a big play, Paul, but instead only 2 yards.
And Wivholm actually had to drag him down from the back, had enough speed to take on the blocker and then pursue that play. Good speed and strength by John. There he is.
And the best thing it does for all involved is it keeps that clock running. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Miners in total command tonight. Handoff to that right side. Ball carrier is Sam Houston. And it'll be a third down and about 2.
The entire team was in on that tackle, Jim. That was a gang tackle by the entire defense of Nevada Union.
So 3rd and 2.
5-yard gain of play number 31, Sam Houston. 3rd down for the Titans.
Titans taking their time in the huddle. And another opportunity for the Miners to hold here. Tries to penetrate the left side, does, and gets a first down.
That's a much needed first down. Coming here late in the 3rd quarter. The Titans keeps the clock running and are enjoying, I believe, only their 2nd first down of this half.
So it's a 1st and 10. And the Titans certainly, Paul, are taking their time. Which, with that clock running, helps us out a little bit. They are down by 41.
Well, their best defense may be their offense being on the field, keeping the ball out of the hands.
Quintal with the handoff. Whoa, and again, met at the line of scrimmage. And
may have only gained about 3.
Halliburton again on the carry.
Carry for the Titans, number 33, Benny Halliburton. Number 38, sack.
So Benny Halliburton getting the majority of the runs tonight. Obviously, number 2, Nelson, not in the lineup. And he had carried the majority of the load. For some reason, absent tonight. Inside a minute, 43 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff, and I think there was a fumble there, and I think the Miners might have come up with it.
Let's see who's on the bottom of that pile. They're waving us that direction. The Miners have it. The last thing in the world that the Titans needed right there was a turnover, but it looked like a bad
exchange. And it is the
exchange
Miners' ball.
Between quarterback and halfback. I think it was a bad exchange. I'm not sure that back ever actually had that ball.
And a very good play there by Eric Niederberger. So Niederberger with the fumble recovery. And the Titans have killed themselves with turnovers. And now here comes probably an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Titans.
Here's a replay on that fumble. Let's take a look. As the ball is handed off, you see he never really had it. The ball was actually on his hip. That's the quarterback's responsibility, Jim, that put that ball in that pocket and put it in the breadbasket, and it never got there.
Niederberger sweeps in and makes the recovery, and to add insult to injury, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is being marched off, and there you see the coach of Cesar Chavez. And if I'm not mistaken, that referee... No, I'm mistaken. I was going to say it's the same referee that did the Grant Nevada Union City Championship game 3 seasons ago, but it is not. So now it's a 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And the worst thing that does is it stops the clock. 28 seconds to go. And a handoff up the middle will punctuate, I believe, the end of the 3rd quarter.
That was Cameron Ryan taking the handoff, like you say, directly up the middle.
And so we have 3 in the books here from Hooper Stadium. At the end of 3, it is Nevada Union 41 and Chavez nothing. We'd like to remind you that the special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, OD. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum have specialized in family vision care for 27 years. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer thorough eye exams for your entire family. If a year has gone by since your last eye exam, it's time to get your vision checked and your prescription updated. Shanboon and Kirschbaum offer a wide selection of frames and lenses, as well as special contacts for astigmatisms. Just another example of how Jerry, Lisa, and Stephanie are looking after the health of your most precious gift of sight.
And by Extremely Green, Christine and Mike Hoxie have created the first all-green, earth-friendly gifts and goods store located in that big A-frame house on Main Street next to Betty's Toy Box. Extremely Green carries an array of solar gadgets and earth-friendly products you can use every day, like their reusable bags and canvas totes and organic cotton gift bags. Extremely Green is also a retail and wholesale distributor for environmentally responsible commercial and home use products like candles and homemade soaps. So their website is full of everyday products you can use and be a good steward of Mother Nature. It's all at that big A-frame house on East Main Street. Extremely Green, specializing in products for an earth-friendly living.
Top This Trucks and Auto Accessories. Top This is the only truck accessory store in the foothills with a selection of designated products. That's Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. So here we are on second down for the Miners, and as we enter the fourth quarter, and the Miners lost about 2 yards on the play. So that'll bring up a third down and long. Jantz still in the lineup at quarterback. Slade behind him. He's in the shotgun. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Now gets it on over to him on this side. It's Jared Ralph. Breaking for the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Miners!
And a flag
and a
goes down in the
personal
background.
foul will be called after the play on the Titans. But for now, Jared Ralph has scored again. And number 54, Fezo Silaco, will be called for the personal foul.
And if I'm not mistaken, Jim, I believe it was Silaco that had the personal foul called on him earlier. If that is the case, he'll be removed from the field. But we're also finding
Now,
out.
look at this. So the Miners will get the extra point, but then I believe they'll get to kick off close to
midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the extra point. Maloney in again. Spotted, kicked, and good.
You know, we're also finding out that Coach Humphers either doesn't have a reliable backup quarterback or for some reason has decided to keep Jantz in the game for experience. I'm not sure why exactly.
I think
they're
it's got to
playing
be
him.
the former, but let's take a look at this well-orchestrated play that got the Miners in the end zone for the 7th time tonight.
And we've seen this play before. It's a fake handoff, turn, and then the screen play out to Ralph.
Look at that block he gets there.
Isn't that beauty? And look at the running and the skill of the running.
Another good block there. And look at the blockers he has out in front of him. He runs right by his blocker and into the end zone. Ralph with a big night for Nevada Union tonight.
Well, that's an understatement, Jim. They're 49-0. 11:23 left on the clock in the fourth. There's Coach Humphers.
So, if you take a look at it here, big nights by Jason Slade, big nights by Cameron Ryan, big night tonight for Jared Ralph. I guess the only team that didn't have a big night was Bear River. We understand that they have lost tonight 38-20.
Wow.
38-28. So a 10-point loss for the Bruins, and that one has got to hurt their early season chances. But here, opening moments of the fourth quarter, 11:23 to play. Nevada Union to kick off. And high and deep and into the end zone and out of the end zone. And one of the things that Dave Humphers said about Connor Maloney is that very accurate, And he has been tonight. I mean, he
Absolutely.
hasn't missed a single extra point. And like you said, Paul, they've all been right down the middle. And, he said it's the best kicker that he's had in about 4 years.
Wow, that's saying something, too.
Yeah. So
having an accurate
good job
kicker
by
like
Connor
that is
Maloney.
a real weapon.
What's that again, Paul?
I said having an accurate kicker like that can be a real weapon, especially as you go into playoffs. If you've got someone that can kick a 30-yard field goal, you'll
Turn
draw
us on,
on
guys.
him as the season wears on.
So here we go. 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Titans. And the Miners, I believe, jumped offside. Looked like the right tackle. And it is, so that'll take a 1st and 10 and make it a 1st and 5. And in a rule that we have seen in the past, when you lead by more than 40 points, the clock just continues to run. And the Miners, I don't think it's going to stop again because the Miners are ahead by 49-0. A long night for the Titans. Man in motion, back to passes Quintal. Miners chasing him. Does a good job, but is finally pushed out of bounds. And is pushed out of bounds. A very good night tonight for Eric Niederberger. And Bear River losing to Wood Creek, and then they have Colfax next week. Always a tough game in their opener. That game will be seen on the Touchdown Productions television network.
And
the last 7 years in a row, Colfax has prevailed under Bear River. So can they break the 7-year itch? 1st and 10. Quintal with the handoff. Left side. Miners gang tackling. Ooh. And a good job by Nevada Union. Benny Halliburton again. And if we're fortunate enough here with 9:34 to go.
And we have a player down. It looks like a cramp.
And it is a nice night. I mean, it's not a cold night tonight.
It's a perfect night for football. This is the kind of night you hope for.
I'm afraid we have precious few of these left. It should cool down pretty dramatically within the next couple of weeks. If you can get 2 or 3 weeks of this nice weather, you're really fortunate.
The foothills are a great place to live for a lot of reasons, but
I'd like to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Top This is the only truck accessory store in the foothills with a selection of technology designed for your car or truck. Chuck Cavros and his staff specialize in customer service and offer accessories from all the top manufacturers. Top This has a showroom full of displays featuring thousands of parts from weather guard, DZ, and Racket truck racks, along with a selection of utility boxes and ski racks. So make your truck an extension of your personality at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, your truck's favorite store.
And by BNC True Value Home and Garden Center, it's fall cleanup time, and you need help from BNC. At BNC, you'll find a selection of products like 8-gallon, 3.5 horsepower wet and dry shop vacs. And this all-around wet-dry shop vac is a powerful and quiet product for you to be using. It includes a 7-foot hose and several onboard attachments. Also on display at BNC is a 24-inch Super Bulldozer push broom. Oh, I gotta have one of those. It's great to use on concrete and asphalt or for your decks and for wood. Fall is time to clean up, and with your help at BNC, you'll find everything you need. That's BNC Total True Value Hardware and Garden Center in Grass Valley.
Oh, and there's another late hit. What a play there. I think there'll be 2 fouls against the Titans. One of them back at the 44-yard line where I think there was a clip and then a personal foul there at the end of the play. So let's take a look at that play. Paul, kind of a radical play. Right there is the first foul.
And then he gets away with some very, very nifty running. That's Cheatham. Finally dragged down. Now, I don't see where the personal
now
foul
watch
is.
here. You'll see it. Look at 76. Runaway freight train. Bang.
Oh, there's
78.
78. There's no need for that.
320-pound Rafael Calderon. And there was Quintal. He got leveled when he was trying to throw a block on that play. And let's take a look at it. Here's the first foul right there, and now there's that first one. Now watch Quintal there, number 4, bang. He gets knocked there, right there. And then here comes 78, the runaway freight train, Rafael Calderon. That play is long over, but Calderon is not.
Watch 78. He wants to get somebody and bang, right in the back. That's the way players get hurt.
So Frank Davis on the play there, but it's going to take him way back, and the good thing about it is now the clock is running again with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And that is a second down, and I think 25. Handoff, really no gain on the play. Miners doing some gang tackling, and now the Titans doing some head hunting.
This game's going to get out of control, Jim. The Titans are frustrated.
When Dave Humphers compared this Titans team to Grant, I'm not sure that he had this in mind, although it's a little bit of a match. But nonetheless, it'll be a third down and long. Third down and 20.
Play coming in from the sideline. We don't want these players to get out of control with these personal fouls.
You got to think the Titans are pretty frustrated by now, down by 49. Miners searching for the half-century mark in this contest. And there's another flag.
I think it was offsides on
Ross
the Miners.
Dahl may have jumped off sides.
So we're seeing some second stringers in there now. Substituting at middle linebacker, number 58, that's Ty Detlinger.
Well, Ty's pretty much a starter there. Ty's one of the anchors
in
on
the middle.
Of the Miners defense. 7.5 to go. Miners by 49. So this will bring up a third down, and we'll just call it third and long. Left side, good breakthrough, could go. 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Titans.
Wow, big play. That's Cheatham. We've seen him all night, and finally he breaks away, heading for the left sideline.
But there's a
scoring.
penalty flag on the field, and let's see what it is. It is a clip against the Titans. At the 40, it will take them back to the 25, almost exactly where the line of scrimmage was, and it will again bring up a third and long.
And if they were frustrated before that play, they certainly will be frustrated now. The Titans are coming all the way back. A beautiful run by Cheatham, Marcus Cheatham, going, what, almost 70 yards. Here it is. We'll get a chance to look at it. And watch him pick up his blocking to the left side. Let's see if we can pick up the clip. I don't see it so far, unless that's it there.
Yeah, there it is, I think, at the 38.
And, you know, it was meaningless. It didn't have any impact on the play.
So back to live action here, a third and long. Handoff up the middle, another nice hole, but the Miners close it up quickly. Corey George in on the tackle.
Bringing the ball for the Tanks, number 31.
And a Miner is down,
Number 34.
but and is having a hard time getting up. But no injury there. So this will be a 4th down and 8. And so 4th and 8. Handoff, hit in the backfield. Miners gang tackle, and they will take over the ball. So another efficient defensive stand, and we'd like to remind you that at the conclusion of tonight's contest, we will be naming a Nevada Union Miner Player of the Game. So stay tuned immediately after our contest when Paul and I name a Miner Player of the Game.
So what do you think, Jim?
I don't know here. Now we got Jared Ralph has had a good game. Cameron Ryan has had a good game. Duncan Chappell, Brogan Jantz has had a good game.
You could give it to any one of those players.
John Wivholm's had a good game on defense.
Absolutely.
So, so that's going to be a tough one. Let's see on this drive if they are in. I don't see Cameron Ryan on the sidelines right now.
He's way down on the end.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah,
I do see him. Yeah.
So if I'm going to throw my 2 cents in,
okay,
I'm going to have to. Early on, Ryan carried this team. It was in the early stages of this game that his strength and good running scored. I think he scored 4 times tonight? 3 times for sure. I would have to give the edge for player of the game to Cameron Ryan.
Okay.
But I'll tell you can certainly make
Jared Ralph's been strong.
Jared Ralph and
has not Brogan Jantz been the stir that stirs the drink?
And Jantz is, as a junior, I mean, this may be the best game he's ever played. So again, I'm going to let you make the final decision.
Ooh, so the pressure is on me.
Absolutely.
So whoever is chosen, it's all on my shoulders.
You are the voice of Nevada Union football. You pick.
Do you think that this will be the most crucial decision of tonight's contest?
I doubt that.
I do too. So 5:49 to go, and the officials are conferring in the middle of the field, and let's see what we've got here.
They're going to
time out.
Timeout on the field, Titans.
Timeout for the Titans.
They've had so many personal fouls. I'm wondering if they gave the coaches a warning.
Well, I hate to say this. I've seen it worse than this. I can remember in, like I said, the city championship game of three seasons ago when the Miners ultimately ended up in a game against, for the sectional championship against west of Tracy. They played Grant on that afternoon in Sacramento at Sac State Stadium, and there were so many personal fouls that there were 3 possessions in which Grant had at least 3rd and 50 yards to go. And it was just incredible. We couldn't count the yardage, and it was personal foul after personal foul.
It was a street fight.
It was. And Albergini finally got ejected from the game, and the Miners prevailed. I believe it was 28-0, which I may be wrong there. Miners most definitely prevailed, and that was one of the most bizarre games I've seen, in that the Miners kept their cool and they kept their winning streak alive. But let's see what we have tonight. Miners come out and Brogan Jantz comes out of the game. So here you're going to get your question answered.
Okay, and I'm going to bet it's number 4, Wivholm.
Nope, it's number 20.
Beer Temple.
So Beer Temple in, and nice gain for the Miners. I believe that Chris Beer Temple will probably figure in the Miners offense throughout the course of the season. I wouldn't be surprised, Paul, if we saw him throw a few times this season.
Well, Beer Temple is a junior. And no better time to cut your teeth at quarterback than in a blowout game like this.
Second and 1, nice gain again for Nevada Union into first down territory to about the 15. Jason Slade again. Slade also having a good night. Trying to get the clock to run. But for some reason the clock is not running. There it goes. Oh, and a nice play there to Ralph. It was a good job by Beer Temple to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, he was being drugged down and had the presence of mind to stay with it and make the pitch. A lot of times when you have an option like that, the coach will say, just eat the ball. Just bring it down and don't bother with the pitch, because more than likely you're going to have a bad pitch out there when you're being drugged down. But he executed well.
Here's a chance for Jared Ralph to make it or break it as player of the game. And a carry there for Nevada Union. Dan Agnes with the carry, and that'll bring up a third down. And about 17, 18. Clock continues to run. Just over 4 minutes to go in this contest. Nevada Union ahead 49-0. It has been a great offensive show for the Miners tonight. Man in motion, gives it off to Jason Slade. Big game, cuts back, gets to about the 10. And there's another flag, so that'll be a first down for Nevada Union on the late hit and the personal foul.
That was Jose Espinoza bringing him down before he can score it right about the 5-yard line.
And somebody came in late, and these officials have decided to keep this game under control. So that's going to take the ball to the 5, and it's going to give the Miners a shot to break the half-century play. Let's take a look at this late hit here on Jason Slade. There it is, right there.
Bang. And another one. Argument can be made for both of those hits.
Wow. So the Miners looking to try to punch it in at this point. Handoff. Something came flying in. I guess there was a fumble, but I think Nevada Union came up with it, and they did. 3:26 to go. And a penalty flag on the field. Let's see what we've got here. Holding against Nevada Union.
So this has now become a penalty fest. We're seeing penalties virtually on every play, Jim.
And what was a first and goal from the 5 now becomes a first and goal from the 14. And the referee anxious to get this one over with. Chris Beer Temple in at quarterback. Mop-up time for Nevada Union. Opportunity for a number of players. Remember to come to play, tailgaters. And there's for Ralph, and Ralph has to fall on the ball, but it does keep the clock running, and we're inside 3 minutes.
At this point, the officials, they're interested in getting this thing over with as well. They don't want it to get out of control.
Well, and you have to give them credit on the plays where it has started to get there. They've thrown the flags. They've made the calls. They've kept the emotion in check. And the Miners have executed with great poise tonight. Justin Slade again, nice carry for him. Probably picks up about 5 yards. Good stats on the night for Slade, for Cameron Ryan, for Jared Ralph.
Okay, Jim, now's the time. You got to make the call. Who's it going to be?
Well, let's just wait one more second here. Let's see how this last series ends up. Jared Ralph on the bubble. And whistles blow. And I think there was a penalty before the play. And now it's 4th down for Nevada Union. 1:40 to go.
Maloney in for the extra point.
And in for a field goal.
Look at that.
So the Miners are going to go for it here. Connor Maloney in from 37 yards. It's spotted. It is kicked. Penalty flags. It is good. But there's a flag on the play, and let's see what they have here. I say if they take it back 5 more yards, give Maloney another shot, because that was a great kick by Maloney. Dead ball foul, illegal motion against Nevada Union. I say leave Maloney in, give him a shot at it.
Well, it appears that they're going to do just that.
That one was good.
That was definitely good, and there was plenty of leg there. The ball will be spotted
at the
25
33,
yards.
So it'll be a 43-yard attempt.
It's closer to the 25. Around the 25-yard line, so it'll be a 35.
40, that's where it's spotted there, so it'll be a 42-yard attempt. And there's another flag, and that one's probably going to be against the Titans, so Maloney's going to get his original shot back again.
And the laundry continues to fly.
Now that one's against the Titans. And the best thing they could do would be to get this clock running. And he's trying to get the clock started, finally does. And so, Maloney again. Spotted, kicked.
Good.
And good! And a roughing the kicker play.
Connor Maloney is laying in agony on the field.
No, I don't think that's Maloney. I think that's the holder. That's Chappelle.
Duncan Chappelle.
This team is headhunting at this point, and the latest victim is Chappelle. And they've got 41.3 seconds.
They're holding his head on the field. Do we have that replay?
And he just got crushed. Now, I'd say the Miners leave the 3 on the board to get it to 52. And I would think that probably that player has been ejected. Let's take a look when they make the call here. Oh, and look, they're checking for a concussion right now. Here's the call. Personal foul. And an ejection. So there's the ejection. And the kick is good. And you can't imagine that Dave Humphers is too happy about this. And look he lingers around to talk to the officials after that.
It's good seeing Chappelle walk off the field, though. He's looks like he's a little groggy, but he's a tough kid.
The referees, the officials are conferring right now. And let's see what they're going to do. Is enough for tonight? Dave Humphers, if you can get a shot of Dave Humphers out there, Gil, at the field, and talking to the officials. You see it there in the middle left-hand side of your screen, and there is Dave Humphers. Let's see what they're going to do.
Humphers said something to the head official who's going over to the other coach.
Well, I imagine he's saying, how many more people have to be injured before we call this? And
that's it.
That's it. So they have called this contest with 41.3 seconds to play. This one will be a Miner victory, 49-0. And our Touchdown Productions player of the game, okay, you asked for it, you got it. Number 7, Cameron Ryan, real strong night, both carrying the ball, receiving the ball, was a real force, and perhaps this is his leaping off point for the 2008 season. Cameron Ryan, a strong horse for Nevada Union, and a very good job for the Miners tonight.
It wouldn't be the last time. It won't be the last time we see him as player of the game, Jim.
Maybe not.
He was a very, very strong player. Any team in this league would love to have him. As we see the players shaking hands in the middle of the field.
And hopefully there won't be any altercation in that particular line.
I was thinking the same thing.
And there you see, right at the end of the line, you see our player of the game, number 7, Cameron Ryan. There he is, number 7, making his way through. A good night for Ryan, a lot of yardage. They used him in real difficult situations where they needed big yardage. And Cameron Ryan, number 7, our Touchdown Productions player of the game. He'll get a nice plaque from Combi Trophy. And, boy, you know, you can't help but you take a look at Cameron Ryan and you say to yourself, holy mackerel, this guy is a specimen. And tonight, he really proved that. A great yardage, a great game for Ryan. There he is right there.
I don't suggest you call him a specimen to his face, Jim. I'm not sure he would appreciate that.
He's a physical guy, I'll tell you what.
He is a stud, and that's just all there is to it. He's fast, he's strong. It wouldn't surprise me that some college picks him up as well. We'll see that
he was good last year, so you can imagine the impact that he'll have this year. Cameron Ryan, our player of the game. But, you know, let's spread the love around a little bit tonight. Brogan Jans had a great game.
We saw Harry Harrison on defense. We saw Wivholm have a very, very good game.
John on defense had a very good. Henry Harrison and John Wivholm both had a very good contest tonight. As you see, the Titans leave the field. So they had good games. Jared Ralph, you know, what can you say about him? And you know, as you take a look at it, you even have to say Jason Slade had some good carries and some good yardage on that. So all around a great game tonight for the Miners. They win by 51, a 51-0 shutout. And you got to think that in this situation, Paul, wow, does that make a statement?
Who'd have thunk that the Delta Valley League, that NU, after 3 games, would be at the top of the league?
Yeah.
With 3 wins.
Well, however, the arduous part of their schedule is yet ahead, and it will be tough. Elk Grove, Franklin, Laguna Creek, a number of games that are going to be pretty difficult for Nevada Union. We'd like to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Always look to Hanson Brothers to provide you with the very best customer service and product.
And by Hill Slat Lumber Company. Hill Slat's been your local home center since 1921, and now they have 2 locations to serve you in Colfax and their new store in Grass Valley.
Mike Bratton, State Farm and Insurance and Financial Services. Mike Bratton knows a winning team when he sees one, and that's why he supports the Nevada Union Miners and the Bear River Bruins.
Soft answers. Dallas Wivholm is your local computer specialist in computer software management, design, and consultation. Debbie and Dallas love to watch their son John play for the Miners, as do I.
Sievert Physical Therapy. John Sievert is an expert in manual therapy and supports the Bear River Bruin football program.
Pioneer Motors. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. At Pioneer Motors, each car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, and inspected and detailed. That's Pioneer Motors.
All-Phase Heating and Air Conditioning. Customer satisfaction is the reason that Doran and Max Bennett are celebrating 12 years of business in Nevada County.
And by Dave's Shoes, owner Vonnie Slangstrom wants to thank you personally for 12 years of support.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, OD. Doctors Jerry Chan and Lisa Moon and Stephanie Kirschbaum operate one of the most progressive optometric offices in the county, protecting your most precious gift of sight.
And by Extremely Green, Christine and Mike Hawksley have opened their first earth-friendly gifts and goods store in Grass Valley, offering products for earth-friendly living.
Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. It's time to pimp your ride and make your truck look good with the help of Chuck Cavros and all the guys at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, proud supporters of Foothill Sports.
And by B&C True Value Home and Garden Centers. The Fowler family reminds you to insulate before winter arrives and is proud to bring you another great football season.
And by Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams, Paul Brown here, saying thanks for being here tonight, and be sure to tune in next time as Gil Dominguez and Rick Caravelli bring you Colfax Lady Falcon Volleyball as they take on the Bear River Bruins in their PVL opener. The Lady Falcons return 7 seniors this year, and Coach Vicky Satterley is looking for the Falcons to go deep into the playoffs. It's the first PVL match of the year and another great sports telecast produced by Touchdown Productions, voted one of the best by the Union Readers for 2007. Paul, final word?
Jim, it was a pleasure working with you tonight, and you're a real pro.
Well, Nevada Union sure put on a good show, didn't they?
They did. They sure did, and I'm sure we're going to see more games like this in the future.
Our executive producer is Gilbert M. Dominguez. Titles and replay by Brandon Duckett. Announcers Paul Brown and Jim Adams. Camera operators Chris Glass, Maverick Kring, Sean Kashevsky, and Cassie Walker. Office manager is Lynn Dominguez. Technical engineer Paula Mikowski. Remote facilities brought to you by Commander 2 and Commander Maintenance by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. We'd love to hear from you. For Touchdown Productions, write us at touchdownproductions.com. Whoa, who is that guy on the left with that scared look on his face? I think it's me. So, for Paul Brown, Gil Dominguez, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams reminding you that you've been watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions television network. Good night, everybody.
Good night.